can show his face too.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? Huh? Oh.
All right, everybody, welcome to the ECBRO Discovery News broadcast. We got some pretty interesting topics lined up for tonight. A couple questions here that I gathered, and I know the panel members are familiar with one of the things that that we will be discussing. Does anyone know if? Oh, well, I know Nikki's not going to be here tonight.
She's wine to win tonight.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Well, I know Steve was. I don't know if Steve could get on here or not tonight. I know he was on the Facebook chat. So, well, tell you what. I guess we could go ahead and jump right into it. One thing I am going to be doing that trackway from here from Virginia from Tiffany Munn. It was actually filmed by her ex-husband or ex-boyfriend, whoever, and her son. That was back in 2014, so we will be sharing that. I'm gonna try to play it, then I'll screen share it, let everyone, that way everyone can see it and just take a look at it. I find it very interesting. I thought it was pretty impressive, especially it's not far from either me or Fred. Man, like I said, there's a couple questions we'll jump into, and I'll here in a little while after we go through a few things. I'll check the live chat to see if any of the viewers have any questions for anything. Guys, give me a second. I'll go ahead pull up a photo here, and let's see. Hold on. Oh, where'd it go? I know I had to pull up. Oh, there it is. Ryan must be outside. I hear all the neighbors.
Yeah, unfortunately. and would you believe it that that's 3 houses away?
Really?
Yeah, that's.
Wow. Wow.
I think there's about 17 kids over there.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, I know this isn't the perfect situation, but it's nice to hear children play.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's a happy sound.
Yeah. Now, if you look at this picture right here, all right, you see the conical head to a point. You see its right eye. You see it's got a wide, flat nose. You can see it's got flat lips. Wide, flat lip there. Now,
yeah.
The question I was asked, well, not asked, but basically, is it an adult or is it a juvenile?
Right. Well, according to Robert Dyer, they're labeling it as a juvenile. It is labeled as a juvenile according to the video. I didn't watch the video. I've seen this photos floating around, and then I saw it again today, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to throw this in there. I think this will make a pretty interesting discussion, this photo here.
That's an adult. I'm gonna tell you why it's an adult, because it's got a conical head. It's got the cone-shaped head. If it was a juvenile, it'd be more round. It wouldn't have it wouldn't have that sagittal crest, man. The sagittal crest is definitive of age. You get that when you get older.
I've seen juveniles in my area that has conical head too. Not as tall in the conical part, but he still had a conical head.
Yeah.
Still coned up. But yet I have seen adults and juveniles that had just like a normal round head like we have.
Right, I was just about to say the same thing. Exactly. I mean, that's a good point. It could go either way. I mean, that's my opinion too. But I agree with what Fred just said. You know what I mean? But I understand where you're coming from on that, Ryan. But yeah, I think it could go either way. I mean, now my opinion about that about this photo, it's if it's real, it to me it almost looks like a gorilla face. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I saw something that Nikki said about this in a post on Facebook, and I kind of have to almost agree with her, to a point. She said if anyone's familiar with what's that movie? The Planet of the Apes, the newer ones. It's kind of like one of those one of the big soldier gorilla-looking apes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so hold on. This is fake.
Well, we don't know. I mean, that's
No,
the
we
thing. I
do
don't
know. We do
Okay.
know. I'm going to tell you why right now.
All right, go ahead, fill us in, because like I said, I'm just only familiar with the photo, not
I don't know.
behind it.
I don't know these people either. But just
Right.
from this photo, take a long, hard look at this photo for a second.
All right, wait. Before you say anything, I think I see what's going to happen. What you're saying. Let me go into the other thing so I can use my mouse on this, because I think I know what you might be pointing at. These white lines right here, reflecting light.
Reflecting light is one. That's the
Right,
first thing.
which appears to be on the outside of what it's looking. Not
right.
Okay.
Long, hard look at this photo. Like, don't key in on a picture. Look at this whole photo. And what seems odd to you?
Well, besides the red circle, it's in a lot of brush, which is normal for a squatch to hide in the brush.
Wrong.
But
listen,
it's okay.
Look at.
Tell
look
me.
Listen. Look at, guys. Look at.
All
Let's
right,
make
I'm
this
listening.
simple. On the left-hand side, you see that arrow?
Yeah.
I just zoomed it in. If you look where that arrow is, there's no woods behind it. That's all open field. So there's like no woods here that this gorilla or whatever this is in. That's all open field back there.
Well, it
I
could
see
be
what you're
behind.
saying.
Yeah, I can see that too. But you gotta expect, it could be behind a brush pile on a fence row.
I mean,
just a thought, because
and then he got that close to it. And
well, this is a zoomed in shot, I assume.
Right. Well, why didn't he share the whole photo?
The thing is, even zoomed out, I have this zoomed in just a little bit. But the thing is, the regular picture doesn't look much different.
Yeah, because if you go to the original video that Daniel saw, it's like 35, 40 yards away, and all you see is the brush. The guy zoomed in, and I don't know how they cleared it, but they cleared it up.
So when he zoomed in the 35 feet, what was between him and that gorilla or whatever that is?
It was probably just open field. He's probably walking down his fence road.
The odds of that happening
is 1 in a million. But
because how they're going to hide, and he's not going to get caught in the daytime. He's not going to get caught in that field. So I need to know what is to the right and to the left of this photo.
Okay, let me give you a prime example.
As of now, I'd say I don't believe it.
All right.
Wait, we got Steve joining the crowd. Okay. That's awesome.
Okay, let me give you a prime example. Hey,
hi,
what's up?
Steve.
Okay, let me give you a prime example here. Okay, I lived in Highland County for over 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of mountain, and we had a lot of fence rows, open fields. I have seen adults and juveniles in the daytime crossing fields, but when you come outside or you're doing something, you see them, they're going to go to the closest hiding place, and most of the time it's on a fence row. Because over in Highland County, man, the old timers over there never really cleaned the fence rows.
I mean, what I'm saying,
they could run and squat behind it and stay there until you disappear.
I mean, I agree with that totally. We don't know what they can do anything, but it doesn't look like there's enough tree to actually hide this Sasquatch.
It might not be a tree; it just might be a shrub row on the fence.
Well, let's take a look at the leaves. We have to figure out what kind of leaves. We'd have to figure out what kind of tree.
If it's a juvenile, it wouldn't need as much shrubberies to hide behind.
Well, we need the picture before it was zoomed in.
Yep.
that would tell you everything. I've seen the picture before
Yeah,
it
I
was zoomed
agree.
in, but it was further back. I mean, it was. I don't even know what was that taken off a phone or a game camera or what.
Well, I'm not sure. There is a video behind this. If you guys want to continue on with the discussion, if you want to allow me a few minutes to hunt down the video, I can pull the video up for everybody. Yeah,
Go
if you want.
for it.
All right, let me go ahead and stop screen share. And yeah, if you guys want to discuss that while I'm hunting this down.
I even shared a photo today that I got off of Sasquatch something researchers. It looked like a Sasquatch.
I saw that.
And then I
It
did the
It
negative
wasn't
to
to
it. And
me.
it shoot.
To me, it wasn't definite, but it could be.
Right, yeah. And then when I did the negative, it actually showed heat in that area, or it turned white in that area where
Yeah.
the said Squatch was supposed to be. So,
Oh, okay, look at the picture I sent you today. Okay, you threw I think it was purple, or was that a fleur that you
that was fuchsia.
fuchsia? I never heard of that.
It's a color, Fred. It's like a purpley pinky.
Well, I sent him a picture. I sent him two pictures, but I only really sent him one because he couldn't see. He couldn't even find the other one. But that one, it showed something black with his back to me.
Yeah.
It's in the thicket, but there's nothing. That area has not been burned by fire, that I know of. And I was in the thickest part of the thick part, which luckily I was on a path.
Right.
And I never knew
What
I
did
got it. But I had 11 people text me, and every one of them give me two of the exact same minutes in the video. 11 of people. And I never
what
knew
did
it.
you think? What did you think, Ryan?
I think I'm trying to get unmuted here.
I just meant with if you had recolored it and whatever.
Well, it looked like it showed substance, is what I was saying. Because when you look at the rest of the photo, it's just leaves and so on and so forth. Something obviously solid was there, and when it turned to the negative, it showed the white like an outline or something.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Looks like something too blurry, same as we always get, same as I get. Is it a Squatch? Probably.
It's not.
I cannot
It's not
say that
blurry.
it is.
It's not blurry because when I zoomed it in and cleared it, all I see is black hair and I see a conical head. It's kind of this way. He's sitting. All right, you're sitting at 12 o'clock, and he walks away. Okay, he's sitting at 12 o'clock. Well, you're
Right.
standing at 12 o'clock. Okay, the Squatch is sitting at 11 o'clock. So if you look at
Okay.
that photograph, you're gonna see just a smidgen of a little bit of his side of his face, not much, just a little bit.
All right,
I
check this
see
out.
what you're saying.
I found the video
Okay.
that picture came from. You guys ready for me to pull it up? It's only about a minute or so long.
I'm ready.
All right, let me go back to the other page so I can click on it and enlarge it for the full screen.
Now.
This hold on.
Damn dogs. Sorry.
All right. Do you guys see this? Is it full screen to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, here it goes. Like I said, this appears to only be 1 minute. So this is the video from Robert Dodson.
All right.
Okay, and it's what, toward the right? I mean, toward the left?
I have
No,
no clue.
Okay, they're out in the backyard.
Right.
Wait a minute, Leo.
All right, hold on.
Yes, sir.
I'll explain something to Ryan here in a second. There's a nice looking four-wheeler.
From 1987.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, Ryan, like I was saying, Ryan, you're standing at 12 o'clock. He's facing 11 o'clock. That's why it looks blurry.
I was 21 years old in 1987.
Oh God,
But
you're still a young one.
is this the photo where the suspected Squatch is? Because
Yeah, this is it. It was under the Bigfoot evidence blog post.
Damn, where's the field at, man? I don't see no field.
right, this ain't.
Unless they're standing in the field.
But wait a minute. There was something walking. Hold on.
Hold on, where? I'll back it up and I'll slow the speed down.
Kind of left of middle.
Yeah.
About just a little over halfway up.
Not even that far. But go ahead.
Oh crap! Hold on, I'm gonna slow it down though. Hold on.
I seen something move, and I don't even know if he recognizes this one.
All right, what should I slow it down to? Do we want to go real slow or
0.25?
Oh
okay.
My word.
Yeah, all right, we'll be watching this for a little while.
Gonna be here forever, folks.
Fred, that's what mine does when you tell me to slow it down, and I click that button and it don't work.
Oh, okay.
And you keep telling me how to do it, and I'm doing it right, and mine don't work.
I feel less dizzy now.
Okay.
It's almost like it's his backyard.
Okay,
All right. Keep an eye on it. Yeah, keep an eye on it and tell me when to stop because I got my finger on the pause button.
I'll let you know. It's in a while here. See that middle right in there? That's where it looks like something was moving across that middle right in there, but not right now.
Right above that light clump of leaves, like the sun's shining on it or something.
Maybe it was wrong with my eye, but it looked like.
Keep in mind, I see some distortion going on here too with the video. So
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
It's just weird that he goes to the right and back to the left.
Well, if he didn't see it.
Look. No, never mind. Never mind. I thought I saw something. That's why I put. Yeah, wait a minute. Look, right here. I bet this is what he's looking. That's
well,
awful close.
I thought that too. Hang on, Connie.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that ain't what it is, because that's too close. So.
Yeah. Just hang on a second.
But if you guys see something, like I said, definitely let me know.
We will.
Oh, you know us.
Holy shit! I feel like I'm on a boat.
What? You said hold on. Wait a minute.
No, he said he. Okay, what?
I thought maybe you saw something.
Oh, Ryan said he felt like he was on a boat.
Keep going.
Well, you come visit me, boy. You're gonna have to get some sea legs, James.
I think it's this time when he goes back. It looks like something. Maybe I was wrong, but this is the time I think when he goes back. Oh, he didn't go that far enough. Come on, go back. I mean, normal people don't do this. They don't just stand there and go back and forth. Like.
Yeah. It's like he's doing this, and there don't seem like a purpose behind it.
Like he's waiting for something.
Yeah, but if you're hearing something over here and you're hearing something over there.
I mean, apparently he's scanning the area. Robert Dodson's apparently a Bigfoot hunter, according to the title of the video. I guess there's a cage he's experimenting. This is apparently a location where he's more or less trying to draw a Squatch in or something. Because there was a cage there that we saw, so apparently, like I said, he used that.
Pause it. Oh.
Okay, pause it.
There was something. It looks like it ducks down to the left, like within a couple of seconds. You see like a black.
All right, wait a minute.
Go back.
What portion of the screen are we looking at? Divide it in 4 and tell us top right.
Wait, it'll be like your middle left. And you'll see, like, it looks like it's a black head.
See, look, this is frame by frame right here.
Stop right there and just play it, and I'll tell you. And it almost looks like it wants to walk from left to right, or the head dips down. I can't really, or something. I shouldn't say the head, something. So I was trying to actually.
I see on one of our.
All right, now look at right there. Now, if you look, you see where that.
You talking about right here?
Kinda, but to the down, right to your left, left, right,
Right
Right.
there.
right
Right
there,
here?
little more, right, that black,
Oh,
right
this.
there.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what I was talking about. That clump of leaves with the light on them. Yeah,
Just-
right
just-
above that.
just
That's-
behind that black thing, if you watch that, it looks like it goes lower or it moves. And that's the part I was trying to figure out. Like, I don't know if it was the distortion. Like, I zoomed it in, so I can't really tell, though, because it's too much contrast is going on. Bright, dark. But if you watch that on the next couple swings or on the next swing, just watch what it does.
All right, here we go. See, let me get that. All right.
All right.
See that movement?
Yeah, I've seen that movement. Just it's about.
Yeah,
I can see
I
it. I
did
can see
too.
it. I can see it right there. I see it right there. I see the black.
See the face? It looks like.
Yeah, I see it. It's moving.
I can't tell, but
I can. It's moving, and it's. He's kind of like trying to figure out if he wants to drop down and move back further.
because that spot, it like moves, and I caught that movement. I can't say what it is. I don't know if it's a Sasquatch. I just seen some black movement. For all I know, is it could be a damn boar, but I'm just saying.
Hmm.
Now, if you go back and watch for that black spot, it might be different than it was the last time. But then that, to me, that kind of screams like he's standing there waiting for somebody to pop up and down.
I want to. Wait, let me.
Daniel,
Yeah.
do you have? I'm on your page. Do you have a? I know I see all the posts for the show. Do you have a post that says "Ask questions here"? Because I thought I would maybe take up Nikki's spot while she's gone and keep a check if anybody asks a question from here.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at. I got it right next to me on my phone. I haven't seen
Okay,
the
well
question.
if you can do it, if you can do it, that's fine. I was just gonna
Oh, okay.
offer, but I don't have. I have like 3 links for the show here, but nobody's asked a question, and it doesn't say ask your questions here.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, but for anyone who is viewing, especially if you're new to the podcast, I will go ahead and make that announcement. You could ask your questions or share your thoughts on the live chat right below where you're watching. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm trying to look on the Bigfoot Evidence blog site post that they have this under, and see if they happen to mention a specific time frame here, where if any of the viewers know, please feel free. If you know that specific information, we'd love to check it out. And I'm looking at all these comments on the blog. Of course, you can't really go by a lot of this because a lot of these are you get a lot of skeptics on these blog posts or non-believers. They say a lot of stupid stuff on here. The reason is okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. But yeah, any of the viewers, if you guys know about this video, please say so on the live chat, or if you can't for some reason say anything on the live chat, message me on Facebook if you can, or any of the panel members. But yeah, let's go back. Let me go back into this. This is actually interesting. This is kind of like, where's Waldo?
I know.
It's like, well, it's kind of interesting. This kind of makes it fun, and I'm sure the viewers don't mind.
We
So
have.
wait. Let's see. Yeah, we'll keep looking through, and then I'll back up again. We'll look through it again, but maybe you guys maybe we'll see something
I'm very
else.
good at hidden objects, but with Bigfoot, you really got to be extra careful.
Right, like this set of brush right here. We can see that's only like maybe. Oh, what the heck? How'd that? Oh, wait a minute. All right, wait a minute. It's pointing this out. It did a frame shot here. It's showing.
Is
All
that
right.
supposed to be the second one?
I'm still playing the video. It popped up to this, so maybe we're gonna find out where they're showing this at. Let's
Is
see what
that being
happens.
adult in the juvie?
I
Man,
don't know.
I'm
I see
having a
it's
lot of
double.
fun with that glare.
Yeah, it's
That glare mark is really bothering me on that.
all right. I think it's gonna finish out with this photo, but it's not showing where. I wish it'd give us a time frame. It's just continually playing out. Hmm.
Actually, with that smaller head beside it, I would be more inclined to say perhaps it is the Sasquatch and a young one. But, as I always say, I don't know. I
Right.
wasn't there, you know, and if you weren't there, you cannot say 100% sure. If you didn't see it, the person who saw it with their own eyes knows better than the rest of us do.
I'm wondering if they're trying to say it's somewhere right here in front, right here. Then it goes from that last time picture frame is going. Then it's going to that picture.
Somebody needs to download it and go through it ourselves.
Yeah, because we're going. You know, like I said, I got it on the slowest speed, and then it, like I said, it jumps to that. But
And then make our opinion. But I don't think we should regard or disregard.
You know one thing I've noticed?
What?
yeah, what's that, Steve?
The blurrier the picture, the more somebody wants to fight you, it's real. The better the picture, the more they want to fight you, it's not real.
I know.
For
We
some
know
reason, they
this.
accept that a good picture isn't real, and I don't know why.
If
People don't
you
want to
get,
accept
you're right, Steve. If you get a clear, beautiful picture, it's obviously a hoax. And if you get a blurry picture, then it's obviously a stump or one of your friends in a costume. There's no winning.
Let's see. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me look at the live chat. I see some stuff popping up because I had to refresh it. Let's see. If you blow, it's in Oklahoma. Yeah, that's another thing. It isn't. Yeah, there. One of the live viewers said it's. It is in Oklahoma. So I remember I wrote that down too. I forgot to mention that.
Okay, well, if you got a handle on live chat, then I'm going to go back to my homepage.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Hold on. Let me get out of this here.
I was going to say, how the heck did I get that?
Sorry, guys. Business called.
No, that's all right. Let me check on the time.
Ryan, did you get your hat yet?
I just got it this morning. Yep, I didn't. I didn't even open it. I just seen the package.
Okay, well, I was thinking Daniel got his, Tuesday, and Fred got his Wednesday or something, and I
Yeah.
thought, well, Ryan ought to get his by Thursday or Friday.
The damn Yankees are lazy, so sometimes it takes an extra day or two.
Yeah, well, you know, they have more rain, sleet, and snow, you know, up there to keep the mailman from his duties.
All right. Let's see. Let me. Here we go.
I just wanted to make sure it showed up, you know.
better take them business calls and pay for that damn truck.
Steve, I'm going to make you a hat too, but I got to get a new skein of yarn.
I'm talking about Ryan, pay for that big F-250 he's buying.
Yeah, hey, actually, I looked at that, man. I like it. Okay, the situation on that is while Daniel's doing this real quick. I bought a
Yeah.
I bought a 350 about 4 months ago, okay? And I didn't like it because the ride was so rough. It's built to like tear down houses. That's how rough they are. And the ride was like doom, 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 doom when you hit the potholes. And I was like, you know what? I want a 250. And I couldn't find one. Nobody had like a used 250, a 14 or a 15 anywhere. I ended up getting this 150. I like the truck, but there's features about it that I don't like. So I found that 250 yesterday. We talked. He gave me a good price, but the payment where he wants to be is just not
a little more than you want to pay.
Yeah, he actually got me a really good price and a really good amount on my trade-in because that is a 14. You know, I'll be honest with you. I'm comfortable doing $500 a month. Like, I don't have a problem with that. My house is paid off. You know what I mean? I own my home. I've paid on my home. I actually bought my home at auction, and then I paid like $10,000 for it, and then we rebuilt my whole home. We did everything to it. So I don't have a payment there. But as far as like the truck situation, I could feel comfortable doing $500 a month, and he's at 600. And I was like, I just can't. I can't see doing that. That's like too much.
Well,
500
if
is too much, but
if the one you got works, take your time. You know,
it works, but there's a couple things I don't like about it. Like the damn running boards come out. Like you open the door, instead of solid running boards, they move out. They kick out when you get in, and they're functional. Well, in the wintertime, you got to shut them off because they'll freeze. So I'm like,
yeah.
There's anyway. What do we got going on? A trackway here?
Yeah, this is this was from 2014, right here in Virginia. Like I said, Tiffany's ex-husband and her son were videoing this, and this was in a it's a lake.
Look at that!
Yeah, you'll see the full tracks and everything here.
That's a good damn track.
I didn't like that though. It looked like his fingers fit exact for the toes. Can you go back and play that?
Yeah, hold on. I think they showed that again.
That one didn't though. But yeah, the first one did. It did. Was that the youngin' or the man?
Yeah, that's the boy.
Yeah, it looks like a boy's hand to me. I mean, just speculating.
And that's a thin foot.
Well, they are holding it close to the ground.
That's food press down good.
I mean, when he put his hand in it, it was thin.
Was it wet when the track was made, or was it dry when the track was made?
Well, apparently it was wet and muddy because it sunk in real deep.
Oh, is that is that the one behind the reservoir?
Yeah, well, this is actually part of the reservoir when the water was low.
Yeah. When the back of that reservoir gets slow, it's like it's that mud right there, you know.
And look, I want to back up to that. We keep talking, Fred. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I want to.
That is that is part of the water part, you know. So apparently ain't the water been in that in probably about a week. So when they step in it, they'll sink. Now, if it was soggy wet and me and Daniel walked in there, we'd probably sink up to our up to our ankles. You know,
yeah.
but the back of the reservoir, you know, it runs the reservoir, then you come to where it shallows out, and then you got woods, because it's in the mountains. It's high up on top of a ridge.
You gotta go drive at the very top.
Yeah, you gotta drive up the hill to it, and it's got a very steep embankment going down to it. But the back of it, you know, kind of levels out, and it's got about like a 4 foot rise. But it gradually goes up, and that right there, you walk right through it.
It gets like a muddy bog, but
yeah,
in my opinion, I just think that is a human footprint.
Well, I mean, that very may well be, but these are what these individuals actually found, and I believe it was used. They filmed it using a camera phone, I believe. But I was gonna share my opinion on, like, I froze it at this point here, because this picture right here reminds me of something I was actually looking at the other day in Jeff Meldrum's book I have, Sasquatch Legend Meets Science, where they're actually it was part of the talk about the midsection flexation, and they showed an illustration where it was a comparison where a possible alleged Sasquatch versus compared to how a human would step off. And now keep in mind this was mud at one time. It's apparently is dry in this video, but it was wet mud. And as far as the way it steps, apparently it may have been flat-footed and stepped there, but apparently the mud was so wet and soft as it stepped out, it sunk. If you notice, it's a little deeper towards the front here.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I mean that's how I'm looking at it. Like it stepped off toward on the ball of the foot, like right here.
Deeper. It is deep in the front. I agree,
Yeah.
but do we know how long that track is?
But that's how humans walk.
Well, yeah.
They do.
But could have
And
been.
you know what makes me curious?
No. Humans put their heel down first, then their toe.
Right.
That's what happened here. And when you walk forward, you push off with your toes, which would
That's
make
right.
Necessarily.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Ryan. You're right. You push off with your toe. What Steve
What do you
said,
think,
yeah.
Steve?
People walk all different ways.
Right.
I have seen people walk
But
tippy toe, toe first. I have seen people walk flat foot for just walk like the flat foot. I've seen people walk all different ways. It's
My aunt does kind of walk tippy toe, and I do know a couple of people that kind of walk tippy toe.
Don't you feel? Don't you feel that the way Meldrum
But
says?
Ryan's right. If you go ahead, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you're all right. I think that most humans put their heel down first and then their toe. And you're right though. It would make the toes deeper if you're
In mud.
because then you push off your toe.
Right. I just think
But
that the way Meldrum says it is there's certain things you have to look at, and it's he said that I think he calls it a ratio, the length to width, and that being so skinny that fits into a relative human, and I would feel that the toes would be displayed a little bit more, and a little bit possibly bigger, and they just look like they've hit the front or something, where a Sasquatch being heavy should have compacted the whole toe structure. Not did that when it pushed off.
Yeah. Now there's two people. I mean, I know.
That's just my opinion. I'm probably wrong, but
I was gonna get Tiffany on here, but I couldn't get a hold of her today. And thing is, her son gets on the computer a lot. I don't know. It would have been awesome because her son, Tiffany, wasn't there. Her son and his father were there. So if I was able to talk to them, which I wasn't able to, I didn't think about asking about this. I especially wanted to know, was this headed towards the woods, or was this going around the body of water, or that's one thing I wanted to know. But and the thing is, I know this don't make no sense, but yeah, like what Steve said, and people say everyone has a different size foot, vice versa, and people walk differently. And this here is, we don't know. I mean, some squatches do have narrow feet. I mean, I know some of my tracks I found out in the woods in the past. Some of them are kind of narrow, and and I've had other skeptics and non-believers tell me, well, that's very human looking. And I said, well, I mean, everyone's different. I don't know. You know what I mean?
well,
the next
if they were there to see these footprints, why couldn't somebody be there playing to make them?
Right. Yeah, somebody could have. Yeah. I agree with you. This could have been. This easily could have been done by anybody, like especially a human person, walking. But they didn't know that or find it that way.
Yeah, but look at this part here. Look at the ball of the foot. Look at the heel of the foot. See how part of that ball sinks in?
Yeah. Let me go up ahead and try to play find another track.
But if it's mud, it doesn't matter. If I'm 200 pounds,
Our ball ain't gonna sink that far. we will keep our feet will be kind of level.
Not in the mud. But
Yes, in the
you know what
mud.
else I don't like? He's able to make the strides. This kid is able to make the distance of the strides.
It
Well,
looks
there
like,
was,
but
I'm
there,
keep in mind,
400.
well, there
look
I'm
at
was,
the tracks.
420 pounds, and I have a size. I have a B with foot, size 12. I
Yeah.
could easily make a trend like that.
Right.
Yes, my mother-in-law has a 10.5 woman's foot
good
and
God,
a
Bigfoot.
triple A. It's so narrow. She can't hardly find shoes.
I'll be right back.
You know, so yes, everybody has different.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm with Steve. I'm a 13D, and
For me, you know, I
damn.
mean, for me to put Sasquatch in it, I gotta rule out any possible thing. And the problem is,
Absolutely.
and for me, the thing is, if they're there to film something that's happened, that means that somebody could have been there to make it.
Right.
And it's
Exactly.
mud, and it's mud.
Yeah,
There's people there wanting to know, you know, they could run four-wheelers up there and say, look, I know this place we can go play in the mud and have a good time and cool off. Hey,
but that
you know,
doesn't mean that it could. Yes, it could very well be a setup, but doesn't mean it was either. We can't say.
yeah, we don't have the size track, we don't have the width, we don't have the stride lengths. We just see a kid,
Exactly.
taking strides to the next step and showing.
Now, I know this ain't a good comparison compared to this track, but I'm looking at the size of the. This is a kid's foot right here.
Right.
Just from what little bit I'm seeing, this is a shoe though, and just by a little bit I'm seeing here, almost looks as
Smaller.
big as that. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
the track
Well,
looks
About the same
small. Yeah,
size.
smaller.
Yeah.
so that
Now,
sounds, it could be a human, and I don't know.
right?
My
Yeah.
foot, my foot is 7 inches long and narrow,
All right.
which is about a little boy's 4.5 or a women's 5.
hey, and you got
It's
another
about
problem.
the last size shoe for a little boy before they moved to men's. And my foot's 7 inches long, and it's narrow, and it would be a good comparison for a juvie. You know, I don't know how big this kid's foot is. Do we know how old he is or any of that?
This is 2 years old. He's around 13 right now, 13, 14. So he was probably around 10, 11.
Now you
All
got a
right,
whole other
well,
issue there too.
Hmm.
okay.
That mud is dried out. Now that mud, when those footprints were made, was wet. Now when
Right.
that to the wetness, it expanded out, and when it dried
Yeah,
up, it contracted down. So you really don't even know how big the foot was because that whole thing has changed.
Yeah.
that's true. That's right, Steve.
It's like that clay, and you know what happens when clay gets wet? It's like,
I mean, you know, you really have no clue to how big that
It
foot
shrinks.
was.
It shrinks up when it dries.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. Good point. All right. Let me continue
It's
playing.
very interesting though, but
Oh, it is.
I won't say it is or it isn't because, like I said, I don't knock anybody.
I mean, but you just seen he almost made that stride himself on that next footprint. Like, it was like, and he's 11, so that's easily in human adult range.
Right.
Oh yeah,
And judging, if you're watching each track, that some of them are not as clear as some of the others, but it looks like they're closer, like in a cluster, like maybe like the subject, whether it be human or young juvenile squash, they're definitely all close together. They are close together, but they're all like different directions. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I mean, in other words, the subject didn't have no purpose or
like a kid
destination in
playing,
purpose. Yeah,
like a
right.
kid like a kid playing, and even though you walk, and we've all got kids, even though you're walking in a straight line, the kid's running this way and then running back that way, and you know, keeping up with you, but
there's a
They're
comparison
running
right there.
around while you're walking in a straight line.
Yeah, right there. I mean, that's showing the foot, the boy's foot bigger than that track right there, though.
Yeah, but the boy's foot is above the front of the track.
Right. Yeah, I know. I was trying to frame it.
Yeah. Try to find where it's
I don't remember. I can't remember if they put the foot up.
I believe that track's bigger than his foot. Now
See,
I ain't
look at them.
sure.
They go in different
I'm
directions.
not sure.
I think there might be more than one set of tracks there. It might be two different people or two different tracks. You know what I mean?
I think so too, because there was one crossways.
Yeah, those tracks are smaller than that boy's foot. I try to freeze, but
I think there's two sets of tracks there too, because they're not alike. There's some that look
some
bigger.
do look a little bigger. Yeah.
It's probably a parent and a kid going to a lake or wherever reservoir to swim, and
That's some dude and his girlfriend going up there and walking in the mud together.
yep.
Now you can't hear the audio that I'm playing, but if you watch it on my timeline, the kid's talking as he's stepping. He's like, left, right, left, right.
Oh, I'll try to look at that later.
Yeah.
They're good looking footprints
Now,
though. See, that's
right
a
here.
crossway one, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it, but this one here looks like a bigger one. There's definitely a taller subject, a bigger subject, and a juvenile, whether it be human or non. But so
Well, it's harder to tell in the summertime because people do get out around lakes and parks and whatever and run barefooted. In the wintertime, it's easier because
to give you a better idea, this was filmed.
Who would run through snow in February barefooted?
Yeah, this was in the month of November, 2014, when this was filmed.
And what state did we say?
This is Virginia. The location in Virginia where this was filmed was on the West Virginia borderline.
Yeah, it's about it's a couple
It
miles.
could have been, and it could have very well been warm enough to run barefoot because I lived in the mountains, and you still have warm days and cold days.
Yeah, this is a couple miles from a flagpole too.
But it depends on the area. Is there a lake there? Is there woods there? Is there a trail?
It's a reservoir surrounded by other mountains and woods right there. Now, Fred, quote me on this if I'm wrong.
All right.
Now, there's a possibility these could be human or maybe whatever. But we know. I wish I could go back and look up the weather for November 2014 right now. Well, maybe I can. I don't know. But
you probably can, but
yeah. Now the thing is, this was in November. If you could hear the video, there was some cool wind there. It sounded like you could hear the wind. I don't know, but I'm sure it was comfortable weather to be out walking about. Apparently, like when these were made, apparently, I mean, I know there's no swimming at this location. There's no swimming whatsoever.
Nope.
And as far as in these areas here, we know there's
why is there no swimming in this?
Because it's a man-made reservoir for the water supply.
That don't mean nothing. We got one here, and people swimming in all the time.
Yeah, well, I got two up here in my area, and if you try to swim them, you'll be locked up.
Same thing with the one we were Elkhorn, over in my area. You can't swim in neither one of them. Well, I take that back. Todd Lake, they do have a section for Todd Lake, but Elkhorn, there's certain ones you're not allowed to.
I mean, unless it's chained off or something, people are gonna do whatever the hell they want anyway.
Not up at Elkhorn,
Dan, you would have to check the weather for the week or two before, because obviously the tracks were made in mud and the mud dried. So you would have to check the weather, back days before the day the video was taken.
Right. I'll tell you what. Let me see if I could. I'll do that.
To see, when it rained or when it,
It be cold here until January, because I remember I didn't even light my wood stove until January.
Damn, lucky you.
Yeah.
What, Brian?
I said, lucky you.
Yeah, it didn't get cold up here until January, and I remember really thinking it was really, because I remember thinking when it hits us, it's going to hit us hard.
You know what kills us is the lake, the Lake Erie, the lake effect. We get bombed sometimes, and if the lake is if the lake freezes, we're screwed. If the lake stays too warm, we get lake effect, and it's like a cliche kind of.
Yeah.
I
have a friend from here that is in Toronto now, and she doesn't get that much snow, but she gets a shitload of cold weather. But the lake effect somehow passes or bypasses where she's at a lot of times. Go ahead, Fred. I'm sorry.
Huh?
Were you the one that was getting ready to speak?
No, I'm sitting here reading about radiators right now.
Yeah,
hey Steve. Hey Steve, someone got happy last night and run a big screwdriver through my radiator in my transmission. Yeah.
Why?
I have no idea. I got up to advance and guys look underneath the Jeep and looked like you took a cup and you're pouring it out.
You need to put a little camera up out there and find out.
You're the third person who said that.
What the hell?
That's what I said, and other people too.
All right, I'm gonna.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're okay. I'm just gonna. I found the weather conditions for the month of November for that whole area, and I'm gonna try to screen share it here to kind of give you an idea.
Do we know the date of the video, or just that it was November?
November 2014.
2014 November. That means it's probably about 55, 60 degrees max.
Well,
I know, but we need to know when did it rain and when didn't it rain, because obviously these prints were made, excuse me, a few days or several days or more before, since it rained, because if they were made in mud and the mud is dry now.
Early in the month of November in that year, they were actually getting snow, or it was cold. Parts of West Virginia and around that area were getting snow, but it was apparently cold weather.
14, yes, we got snow. We got snow every 2 weeks up here.
I'm trying to get more specific.
Well, if there had been a big snow, then that would have wet the ground enough to, make it muddy. I miss the mountains so much.
Yeah, ain't it sweet? Fresh air, fresh water, throwing rocks at us, coming across the creek going.
I didn't mean that.
What are you talking about, Fred?
It was cool. I lived in.
We had a squatch. I heard a squatch come across the creek and stop right there at the tent and breathe. And I said something, and he turned around and hauled ass back across the creek.
Oh.
Hey, check this out. I was coming back in today. I had to go to town. I'll come back in today. I noticed a little X in the woods next to my house.
Uh-oh.
You sure? I'm going to take a picture of it tomorrow when I go back out. And it's not very big. It's a small tree at the bottom, and then another tree from somewhere. Like I said, but it's a little small X. Like, just big enough to put in your way to notice that you know.
Cool.
Let's see.
Oh, weird.
Hey, y'all, I made a video and sent it to Fred the other day of me driving out my dirt lane to the mailbox and driving back up a different dirt lane, and then I drove down to the creek so you could see the creek. It's like 2-3 minute videos. But any of y'all are interested, I'll try and send them to you. It was just to show where I live,
I'd like to see that because I like to see where people live.
I'll try to send it to you. Ryan, are you friends with Beth? My cousin, her name's Lovey Rose on Facebook.
Honey, I probably am. I'm friends with like 3,000 people.
Oh, okay.
So
she's been on the show a time or two. Anyway, what I ended up loading it onto Beth's page. So then when I tried to share it, it wouldn't share to anybody that wasn't Beth's friend.
Yeah, because it's the privacy setting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the privacy setting. But I just didn't want to load it on my page for some. I don't know. I can, but anyway, I'll try to send it to y'all. It's not exciting or anything, but still it shows where I live. And at the end, I drive down to the creek so you can see the water and the water I live on and all.
Cool.
Orion, you got my address. Google me. But you can't see the house because there's too many trees around it.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm sorry. Dan, go ahead.
Oh no, that's all good. Yeah. Yeah. This is from Donna. One of Donna's videos, and Donna Hamrick. She's also located in West Virginia.
Yes, I saw this today too.
Yeah, Donna is in the town she lives in is Somerville, West Virginia. If I said that right. Which is probably about 3 hours south of you. Well, yeah, probably a good three. No, probably more than that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. She's probably about a good 3 hours from you, Steve. So,
Cool.
and then. And here it is a little bit zoomed in. Of course, it's a little bit more blurrier right here, but this is what she caught in her video, so, which I found pretty interesting.
It is very interesting.
Even though, like,
who can say, but it is very interesting.
And it is a little blurry right here in this one. It seems like even this one here seems a little bit more clearer. Okay, I think I did say it right. She typed in. She's watching. She's on the live chat. Yeah, Somerville. Somersville. Yeah.
Is that down there in Franklin County?
Probably pretty close to it. Maybe a little south of that.
That's what's the county begins with a P? I can't think of the name of it. There's a lot of activity down there.
Oh yeah, I think it's.
Friends of his that told him stuff.
You know why there's so much activity? Because all them damn Southern and West Virginians, they don't say a damn thing in the back hill country. Know what I mean?
No, they don't. They don't talk about it.
Well, I mean, I think more and more people these days are starting to maybe start sharing a little bit.
Not them back country guys.
They will Ryan, if they know you. But
Ryan,
they gotta
all these photos you shared to me, okay, I'll go ahead and pull them up one by one, and we'll discuss these.
A couple was Fred, a couple was that one that I got off that Sasquatch Research of America something.
All right, let me go ahead and pull them up. While I pull that up, there is a question that was given to me that Pamela Brunfield was asking about Sasquatch. Do Squatches and their young stay closer to water during the hot summer months? And
we don't know.
I would say yes.
I would say probably. It would make sense, but who knows?
Why wouldn't they just stay near a water source year round?
I think that too.
Well, then let's see. Hold on.
Then there are a lot of animals out there. Oops, sorry. Hey, come here. Come on.
But there are especially in the mountains, there are springs and things.
Yeah.
That pop up and pop out everywhere, and I would bet $1.25. They know where those are. So they wouldn't have to be near a real stream or whatever if they have a spring.
Summertime
Right.
things dry up more. Things have a tendency to dry up more in the summer.
That's
So I
well,
think
that's
they
true.
stay near a common
This-
water source.
This was one of Southern Ed's photos.
Who?
Southern Ed, the guy on our
Oh.
panel.
He's
Sub-
on our panel.
Oh, I mean,
okay.
Fred. Southern
Fred, I was wondering what the heck you were talking about. Who's Southern
That's your
Say
friend.
what? Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I'm looking at radiators, man. Okay, this right here in the center. You see it's back. It's got his back towards you. It's like if you're sitting at 12 o'clock, he's sitting at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I saw
Okay.
this today. Yeah.
Now-
If you
now-
share,
Yeah,
what
now-
I did
Yeah.
is I just turned it negative. If you share the original,
Yeah. Now share the original.
no, yeah, but this ain't Fred's. This one ain't Fred's. This is the one I
Oh,
found.
I thought that was the same one.
They are the same one, but these two aren't Fred's.
Oh, okay. Now,
Oh, these aren't Fred's. Okay.
These are not Fred's. These are the two
Well,
that I did.
looks.
all right, hold on. Let me.
I
The
don't know.
original. Is this the original right here?
Yeah.
That's not mine. It's too far away.
So what I did is I just put the negative on it, and that's where you see the big white ball,
Yeah.
right where that head is, or supposed head.
So there's two dark clumps kind of right together in the middle, but the one on the right is what, a stump, a tree, or something, and
See,
what's
but-
on the left is the squatch.
Okay. Now,
Or am I totally wrong?
That one whole black mass is supposed to be the head type thing.
Well,
Now-
I can see a perfect face and nose and mouth in it, but that's pareidolia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can tell you right now because the head, that what I'm
So
Right.
So your mind can't
it
tell you.
is a big no, don't even start that. No,
I was gonna say
I'm
you
just
can see.
saying
You
it's
can,
so damn big it looks like a George Washington statue or something.
all right,
I'm
look
not-
at my mouse. Is this what
I'm-
we're looking at right here?
Yeah, see the whole black face, the eyes right there. There's looks like a mouth.
Yeah, which
To the left-
I know
left-
is not
right.
a squatch head,
What you're talking about, the mouse looks like his arms to
but
me.
it
Right there.
does
That looks
look.
like a face, supposedly they're saying. And
Yeah,
the only
that's what
the only
I'm
reason
saying.
I
It does look like a man's face, but where is the squatch? Because I know that ain't the squatch. I'm just saying.
I'm agree. I have to agree with Lael on this one.
right. Well, that's what I found on their
Doesn't it
page.
look like Robert E. Lee's statue or some shit?
I
the
don't
only
know.
thing-
I don't.
It
The only
looks
thing
like
that-
it does the achy breaky heart.
Oh shit!
The only thing that had me curious is though when I turned it negative, why did that section stay white?
It looks like-
Well, I mean,
Now
I'm
go back
not
to the
saying that
negative.
it ain't. I'm not saying that it's not a squatch. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that.
Oh wait, that's the same one. Whoops.
Okay, see, that one was a little different.
Either one of them burned up the purple one.
Yeah,
This
See,
one
it's
here?
white. Yeah.
yeah.
You see where the heat or the negative white came in, and everything else
Yes.
doesn't do that.
Well,
Right.
and you see, there it looks like maybe more of
You still
a
see the nose.
squatch walking to the right or
That's
something.
That's the only thing that made me think it could possibly be something, just because the way the format did that. The trees aren't
Yeah,
that. The logs, the leaves aren't white. Nothing. So it's picking up something. I mean, could it be a statue? Yeah. Could it be? It can't be. I don't think it could be a cutout, but it's definitely picking up something that
No.
is not natural in the forest.
Yeah,
if
well,
you
that's
ask
what I'm
me,
saying.
even in the regular photo, and right here where my mouse is right here, it looks like you could see through it. Oh, just over here, it's darker white over here on the left side of it, but it's like a
Well,
light, like a smoky powder look over on the right
yeah.
side versus the left.
Well, it could
like I
be
said,
shade.
I just shared it because I seen it and I was like,
It looks more with this picture. It looks more like a squatch. It's like you can see the head, or at least the bottom of the head, the shoulders, and maybe more going down.
Right.
It could be a squatch, might
Fred,
not be. I don't know, but it looks better in this picture.
Fred, don't buy
I
that
can see more
radiator.
detail. Well, he's got to. Somebody punched a hole in his.
Oh, see, I tell him it's all them girls he flirts with.
I know. He flirts with everybody he comes across.
All right.
He
Let's
needs
get
to
the.
quit it.
Them are Freds.
All right.
Them are southern
This is
heads.
one before we zoom. Yeah, I'll let Fred take over on this one. Fred, this
Fred,
came
get off
from
the
your video.
radiators.
Okay. I had 11 people give me 2 time frames, identical time frames, and so I sent one to Ryan. I mean, I copied them. Got them loaded up here, and I sent some to I sent one, 2 to Ryan and 2 to Lale and everything, and they say this is a squatch with its back to you. Now I zoomed in and cleared it up, and it's black. Yes, I see here. Yes, but maybe you can see a conical head if you bring it in a little bit closer.
Well,
I
I
need to download it, I guess, and
I
so I
mean,
can zoom it.
yeah, because Ryan took and done that purple thing. I mean that thermal thing, and it turned solid white.
I
now
think I
they have.
sent that to Daniel too.
All right, I'll
Well,
have
if
to take a
Ryan's
look.
already checked it out, then ain't no need for me to waste my time doing it.
I mean, I checked it out. That doesn't mean that everybody's got their own opinion. Maybe I didn't send it to him.
No, not the one. Here it is a little enlarged, but it's zoomed in.
So I'll send it to you
All
right
right,
now.
so that is a squatch with his back to you.
Yeah.
But see, right here, it looks like there's, even though it's zoomed in,
No, no,
right
no.
here.
No,
Oh,
no.
that's something. We're looking
That
at this part here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Over to
Oh,
where you had the first time. There ain't nothing right there. This
okay.
is
I was gonna say you can see
you
behind
remember
that.
you
Yeah.
remember where I got those 2 tracks, the bomb and the juvenile,
Yeah.
and if you turn to your if you're coming from the field back in there, you got the trails over to your right. You go up and right there where it opens up, just take a left and go all the way over to the creek. That whole area right there, right next to the creek. That's where
Ah, okay.
That's where I had the rock thrown at me and everything, and that's why I got growled at the other day. I got actually growled
Okay,
at.
okay, wait. Okay, I think I got it now. So,
You can see the left
it's
arm.
behind the stick that
It's
looks blue going
it's
across the front,
right. That
and
stick is going across his back.
everything, yeah, and everything in the top left
Is
is just
nothing.
foliage.
Yeah, just
All
Right.
foliage.
right.
It's foliage all around it except for the squatch.
All right. Is this what you just sent me, Ryan?
Yeah, that's what he sent that to someone else.
All right. Hold on.
Okay, then see, I was kind of looking at bigger picture, but
Mhm.
now, okay, I can see what you're talking about. But you have to separate the black from the black sometime in the woods, if you know
All right.
what I mean.
Mhm.
All right. Here's that photo right here. You can see all the negative, the dark turned to white.
Yeah, usually leaves and logs don't do that. I mean, and it even looks like it's got some reds in the head area or the jaw or whatever that could be. I don't know, but it just looks better for contrast. And sometimes you can tell, and sometimes you can't. But
Well, everything around it.
Yeah, you're.
I mean, you know, the Squatch is black, and you said it's white toes heat, but you see everything else around it ain't no foliage.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. And the
only thing
squat, you can see that same stick across his back is pink.
where it would be heat or some type of
Yeah,
inversion, right?
but you can see the head and shoulder, and then underneath the stick is white too. Where the stuff in the top left is white, but it's got color in it like foliage.
Hmm.
Okay, I see it. Cool. Okay.
I got another one, but it's I don't know. You know, I mean, I tried to zoom in, but it's just
Yeah, that's the one I shared with him where your pen was pointing.
yeah,
But
that's it. Yeah, that one.
but
Yeah,
the funny part is too that turned white too.
well, okay, because when I first looked at it, I said,
That was the last picture, Daniel.
yeah, because when I looked at it and I zoomed it in, it looked like I seen two little pointed ears. I'm like, it couldn't be. So I don't. I mean, it could have been a. I don't
Right
know.
there.
I mean, you know, I
Like the
have no.
pointed ears I saw on the one the other week, and everybody said it was a shadow.
Yeah, that right there.
So what he did is he sent me a screenshot, and his pen that's his white point pen.
Yeah, that
Oh
pin.
yeah, right here in the
Yeah,
left
yeah,
left of
Yep.
center
yeah,
midway.
And he's
yeah.
pointing at the object, which is black in the original. And when I did it, it's amazing that turned white. Nothing
And it
else is
looks like
doing it.
it looks like a dog's head or something.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
But I cannot definitively say what it is.
right.
Well, Fred,
But that
where
was
was this picture we're looking at?
the same
Where
area.
was it taken in relation to
The other picture,
the the video that I thought I saw the
same
thing
area,
in under the log?
same area.
You know what kind of makes it for me sometimes is when you point something out, and I don't have it negatived yet. I didn't do any thermal. This is just negatived. So let's say I point out this thing and I do it negative, and when I do it, it comes out like this, and it comes out where it's white. Um, I mean, that's almost it's being definitive, kind of. I mean, it's not. It is, but it isn't. But
I don't know, but 11 people give me two time frames that was identical.
it's just
Identical.
odd that people are seeing that thing, and then when you invert it and give your negative, that thing happens to be white.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, people
I'm gonna give me a cup of
people
coffee.
people always will comment on any videos you, Ryan, Daniel, Fred, any and say, I see this here, I see this here.
But as
And
far as
sometimes,
definitive,
and
you can't
sometimes
tell.
it may be, and sometimes it may not be. But if you get 11 people and they all go to two time frames,
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, there we go.
it still may not be anything, but it's worth looking into. You know.
Yeah. So on these here, I mean, even with the negatives and that, my honest opinion. I'm not honestly making nothing out of them. Usually on Fred usually posts pretty good stuff, and it just, I know those are what people were pointing out to him, but I just in those areas, I just wasn't really making nothing out of them. Now, don't get me wrong, Fred's got some awesome stuff, and I've posted and shared on here before, like especially my favorite one, and Fred will tell you the one from his video called "On the Hill," up on the hill or something like that. That's to me, honestly, that's one of the real good ones he's got. Yeah, because yeah,
Well,
on that one there, you can see the fur so clear. Yeah,
no,
Fred, I was just talking about one
nobody
of your. Oh,
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, no, as we had discussed a while ago,
Yeah.
nobody has definitive, and you can't say if it is or not definitively,
Right.
but you can have your opinion, I can have mine, and, everybody does. Go ahead.
Oh no,
And
no, but like I was saying, like from the video that Fred has on the hill, and I know there's a few more he has sent to me too. We've actually screen shared on here before, which were actually very awesome stuff he's got. Like I said, you can see the shapes, you can see faces. Well, some of them, yeah, the faces, but more or less, like more or less, like I said, shapes, and and you can make out there actually is something, you know.
yeah,
A lot of people, I'm sure you guys see them too. A lot of people post a lot of weird, bogus stuff on Facebook, and it's like, really, what am I supposed to be looking at? I mean, there's very, very few people out there that post pretty good stuff, and Fred is one of those people. But like Fred, while you were getting your coffee, one of the things I did state about what was pulled up, and I know other people pointing these out to you. But what I shared with the rest of them is like I honestly wasn't really making nothing out of them. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
Well, I
Versus
mean,
what you have, what else you have. You have good stuff. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
But
I
I mean,
mean,
I was just being
yeah,
honest. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. I mean, I can see that. I'm just sharing what was, told to me. So I said, well, like the
well,
first one with the pin, I couldn't really tell. Only thing I seen was something black with ears, pointed ears.
Right.
And then on the other one, they sent me one. I zoomed it in, I cleared it up best I could. I seen black hair. So
Yeah.
and whatever it was that day or the other day when I was out there, I got grunted or not growled. I got growled. I was kind of like a, it was a guttural, growly grunt.
Hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I thought bear at first. I'm like, wait a minute, there ain't no bear in here. If there was, I'd be hearing them run. You know,
Yeah.
and
Well,
it was
another
just
thing too, people would have heard from the bear. A lot of people. I mean, it's not common, but is you'll hear the chomp, a teeth chomp too.
yeah,
It's kind of like a sign of aware. Yeah, a warning from a bear.
yeah,
You
but
know.
I didn't. Yeah, but I mean, this was a actual growl. It was like a kind of like a,
Yeah.
little, And when I heard that, I said, okay, there's a bear right here somewhere. But I didn't hear each other. I'm like, wait a minute. If there was a bear in here, he would have done the hauled ass. He would have took off like 100 miles an hour because bears don't stay around that long when a human comes around.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah, they would have got wind of you right then and there, and yeah, they would have
yeah,
been gone miles already.
yeah, because in that area I've had rocks thrown at me. I've been growled at now, and this is in the area, that this is their nest day bedding area. Because when I come in that area, when I take a left and I walk by 5 steps, you can hear them hit the water and go around the other side of the bank. You
Mm.
can hear them.
Now, when you say the bedding area, are you referring to where you took me into, like over there on the Jeep Trail?
Mm,
That
no,
was one of the bedding areas you took me into, where we
do you,
had that vocalization real close to us.
yeah, do you remember when I first took you back in that area back up in Kennedy Fields? And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I said, let's try over here. And you took and mounted it. We had to walk by a broken limb. It was like a little soggy area there, not too far from the creek, but it was real thick back in there.
Right.
Right, that area right there.
Ah, okay. Well, we know this. We know for a fact that those squatches we've got worked the whole back trail right there. Shoot, I got I got a rock thrown at me. Oh, you remember? I
Yeah.
was back there with back years ago almost. Well, I think me and what's their name were crossing the creek, and there was I didn't see the rock, but I heard it. It landed pretty hard in the creek next to it. As soon as we crossed over the creek, went up 15 feet. We had a big. You could hear the splash, but at the same time, with the splash, you could hear the rock hitting the other rocks in the creek right there. And then after trying to go through the woods to see where it came from, we got whooped at. So yeah, we know they're all in that area because it's so thick. It's all laurel bush. So yeah, there's no denying they're in there. So, but yeah, that's
I know.
awesome though.
I know. The Saturday night we were there, I heard a thud,
Yeah.
And I can't remember now if it was behind a tent. I think I heard a thud, and it was either it was a rock. It won't a piece of wood. It was a rock,
Mm.
and plus, well, we had we talked about me and Beth were so damn sure it rained
I
3 or 4 times.
I told you it was not raining.
And the wind was so bad. But then when I had never heard anyone else say they thought it was raining. I've heard people say there were rocks thrown at their tent and things like that, but I've never heard anyone else say they thought it was raining until Kenneth Jaloski. And he said, we thought it had rained. And I thought, oh my God, that's the first person. In fact, I think I was so excited, I busted out and said, oh my God, the first person I have ever heard say they thought it was raining. And that validated me and Beth, And but yeah, I heard a big thud. I still wonder what that tin pop was in the middle of the night.
Well, a lot of people camper. They throw their beer cans and all that crap back there in the back. They could have stepped on it.
No.
No.
This was in front of the tent, like between the tent and the fire pit, right in that middle of the camp area. And it was a loud pop, like a drink can. Not like you're opening a drink can, but like if you dented a tin can and popped it back out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very metallic. It was, and nobody was drinking beer
Who bought the who bought the 16-ounce Budweiser Bud Lights?
I did.
Not me.
That was me.
That was Daniel.
You damn alcoholic.
It was only a 6-pack.
Yeah, I still got one full can out there in my cooler from it.
Fred drank one beer that weekend.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I only had one anyway, one maybe two, but that was about it. Although, well, I take that back. Fred's brother Jeff was there, and he had Miller Lite and offered me one, so I had one of them too. So. Yeah.
Well, Dan, I think I told you the other night, but if I didn't, Beth said tell your daddy hey.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But anyway, it was a pop, and it was a metallic pop, and it was loud.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know what it was. I don't know. Anyway, let's go on with the discussion. I'm sorry.
All right. I got something interesting I wanted to maybe we could get into. And
cool.
Talking about communications and sounds that we hear and associate with Sasquatch. A lot of us are familiar with the most common ones is the whoops, and some of us hear different screams sometimes. Screams just seem like they're very common right now this time of year, and I say that this time of year because. Well, maybe not not common, but it's actually recently happened. Not with me, but from one of the reports I gathered from one of the other areas further north. Now, I'm interested in checking that area out because that area is between the last 2 years up till now it's been getting hot with activity, and so. But as far as sounds and vocalizations, I wanted to kind of get into that a little bit. and hear everyone's input on what we think they mean. You know, I know it's their communication. Some of it's warnings. You know, do we know for a fact or what specific ones mean what? Um,
Well, I know
so
that.
That's a
I know
good.
that.
That's a good topic.
Yeah, I know
yeah,
that when you're in the woods, and everybody does a knock, you're supposed to hear one or two back. But I've learned that when you hear three knocks consecutively, right in a row, bam, 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 you might as well just stop what you're doing and leave the woods because they're leaving the area. Because I found out I was coming back toward the Jeep one day, and I had one follow me, and he was raising hell. He went over the ridge, so I decided to take. It got to a certain point, I decided to take the upper trail. The trail comes around the front of the ridge.
Was
I
it
got
Henry?
No, it wasn't Henry. Henry's way down further. But when I got up halfway around that turn, I heard crack, crack, crack.
Today I just want to explain to you why.
And then I heard them run. They all left, so I just stopped, turned around, and walked back to the Jeep. There was no use even going any further. But I learned that when you hear three knocks consecutively, that tells you that time to get the hell out of the area. Letting everybody know, time to run, he's here. That's what I've learned on that point.
Okay. Well, well, this is still on the subject.
right.
Saturday night, that when me and Beth were camping, I heard a knock across. It sounded like from across the stream, and then about I don't know, I'd say a minute and a half, 2 minutes tops. There was a lull in between. I heard another knock. I'm thinking I heard a third one, but I can't be sure. But I know I heard two, and they were not right together. Like I said, there was a good minute, if not more, in between. What does that mean, Fred?
Say that again.
Yeah, I was trying to listen too. I didn't catch all that because I was actually writing down different things
Okay.
for what we're talking about.
Saturday night
Saturday night
in the camp,
in the camp.
middle of the night,
Yep.
I heard a knock, a
Yeah.
tree knock,
Yeah.
and it sounded like it come across the stream.
Yeah. That was next to the camp.
And I don't know how long it was, but it was like a minute, maybe two. It wasn't knock, knock, knock. It was a knock, and then it was a good minute or more. And I heard a second knock.
Where did it come from?
Same place.
Okay.
And I'm thinking I heard a third one in another minute or so, but I can't be sure about the third one. So damn much went on that night. But
Well,
I know I heard two, and they weren't knock knock. It was like a knock, and it was a minute, 2 minutes tops.
what they're
But
doing.
it was like a minute and or more, then another knock.
Well, you gotta expect
Okay.
it. You gotta expect.
Well, I'm asking what. So what did that mean? Do you
Oh.
think?
Well, they're communicating because you gotta expect. We got them over on the other side of the creek. We got them on this side of the creek behind us, and then you got another. Then you got some more that are up the road across from Daniel's camp. Okay.
Yeah, but
And
these,
they're communicating. They're all communicating on
yeah,
its location call.
but it wasn't immediate. I heard the first knock, and I laid there, and it was a little bit, like, not 20 minutes, but it was a good minute or a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's location.
And then I heard another knock,
Yeah,
and
it's
it sounded it came from the same area.
Yeah, it's location. You know what they're doing is they're like, "Hey, I'm still over here," clank. And then later you say, "I'm over here," clank, and all of a sudden you hear, well, "Where's the other one at?"
Yeah,
Clank. You know, I mean, you get them. You
and
know,
then in
but
another 30 minutes or an hour or so, I heard whoop. But I only heard the one, but I heard one clear whoop.
yeah, because they eventually left behind the camp and they went up there and they crossed about 15 yards up behind Daniel's camp and they crossed the road. So
Well, when the
they was
hell were they throwing rocks at us the whole damn night?
well, they knew there were girls in the camp. That's why. Every time we get girls come in that area, rocks be thrown at us, or you'll hear chattering. When I had Jennifer Sandberg back there behind the camp, I heard the chattering, but I didn't say nothing to her, and she told me about it, and they were just chattering.
I
But
heard the chatter.
but when I
I
went back,
heard chatter.
yeah, but when I went
Go
back up
ahead.
there the next day, I had a big rock thrown at me. It was like 20 yards behind me, but I could hear that the heavy rock. You could hear it hit the ground, boom, 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 boom. The next day when I was in the same area, so they were like, "Hey, we don't
I
want you."
heard I heard chatter some Friday night, and I heard chatter all damn night Saturday night, off and on all night. I
I know
heard
that.
chatter. I heard the can pop. I heard a thud. I heard a whoop. I heard tree knocks, and we thought it rained. And it didn't. But the wind was bad, and the damn pole holding up tarp got knocked down.
Yeah, I still got to
Remember,
go to.
because we woke you up then
Yeah, I
when the
still got to
pole
go to
got
Steve's.
knocked down.
Yeah, I still got to go to Steve's house. He
Yeah, we got.
Oh
promised.
shit!
Yeah, he promises he's going to scare the living. Yeah, he promises me he's going to scare the living shit. I mean, crap out of me.
We got to go up there soon.
He told me I could sleep on the porch.
What fun is that?
What'd you say, Steve?
If he can hear him from sitting
Hold
on the
it,
porch,
hold it, Leo. What'd you say,
I said,
Steve?
yeah, it'll be Christmas soon.
Wait a minute. What's that mean?
You might make it up here by Christmas.
Oh.
well, if I get the way Steve talks about what he hears from the porch, I'd be just happy to pitch my little tent up on the porch. Y'all
I
can
don't,
stay in the yard.
I don't know if I told Daniel that story or not about that evening. I was messing with that one.
No. What's that?
I don't think
I
I
was
heard
out
it
here
either,
one.
did I?
It was one day here in the woods. It kept making noise. I kept messing with it. So I got this brain fart, you know. I was, and being a dumbass, not realizing what you're saying to him. I got the Sierra sounds in my mind. I said, what if I could communicate with this thing? I'm a genius. So I said,
I might have heard the
I
story.
remember the Sierra sounds in my mind. So I said, I bet you I can communicate with this thing and get it up here. So, so
Yeah.
I'm standing on my porch right now. I'll start this. I'm so I start this
Oh
thing like,
shit.
well, yeah. Well, I don't know what I said to it, but within about 30 seconds, I get this roar
Wow.
back. And let's just say I went inside the rest of the evening.
Well, I'll tell you what, you did that pretty well, Steve.
Yes, he did. He did. And Steve,
Wow.
always
I mess with
remember,
them. I sit out here and mess with them all the time, trying to get them to make noise.
don't be speaking a foreign language when you don't know what you're saying. You could be saying, excuse me, where is the bathroom? Or you could be saying, screw you,
or I'm coming to beat
I'm
your
going to
ass.
kill you. You know, you don't know what you're saying.
during the day they'll knock. During the between the day and the night they'll knock. Early in the morning is when they'll really whoop, and they'll do long, stretched out whoops.
Yep.
Not a howl, but a long. I've never heard them howl, but they'll do a real long, stretched out whoop. It's almost like a howl, but it's not a howl. You know what I mean?
Right.
You mean kind of like you mean kind of like
Yeah, we know. That's what Bubbo does.
Like that.
And then they do the pop thing. Every once in a while, you hear them. You'll hear them popping back and forth, and it's not like a bear clacks his jaws. It's like you pop your like when you're a kid, you go.
Yeah.
Like that kind of a pop.
Well, could I stay on that? What I believe that is. Well, before I actually say that, let me ask everybody this real quick. Yeah, since we're all talking about communication and sounds and everything. All right, this is what I do. I just want to get everyone else's opinion, because the way I look at the sounds that I hear among us that we can't relate to our known species among us in our own United States here. All right, I'm trying to think of how the best way to ask. Would you guys consider, or give it some thought, or would you use? If you're familiar with the known primates and this communications or the sounds that they use, would you relate them to what we hear in our own neck of the woods? Because honestly, I'm asking you guys that if that's how you guys might or do or whatever. Because I do. Because everything I hear, I know from what I observe and listen to, and with a lot of the stuff I research on primates, everything that's associated with our known primates, we're hearing it here. So, I mean, now Steve was just talking about that pop sound. Primates, chimpanzees, they make a pop sound, but they use their lips and mouth to do that. And they're not sometimes they'll chomp their teeth like a bear, but it's more common for them to pop with their mouth. Like usually, and they do a lot of, gum, lips, chatter, like flapping, whatever you want to call it. A lot of that's usually based off of, it could mean, if you want to relate that to the primates, you know what I mean? I don't know, like, do you guys consider our known primates with some of the sounds here? The reason I'm asking that, because it might help us understand the communication a little bit better. Because that's how I look at it. And it kind of gives you an idea on their emotions, and because a lot of it's about their excitement, if they're anger, I mean, like I said, emotions. So, and also it is communication, no doubt. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Leo.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but somebody in the podcast, I don't know if it was Ryan, Steve, you, I don't know who, but since me and Beth went, up to see you guys, and I was talking about the can popping.
Yeah.
Somebody, I don't know if it was a guest, I don't remember who, but said something about that the Sasquatch make popping noises.
Wait, say that again. What makes popping
sounds? They said that Sasquatch make popping sounds.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I thought that's what I heard. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and this was so metallic sounding.
Huh.
If you know what I mean. And not that it could have been a squatch. I don't know. It might not have been. But there was nobody in the camp. Everybody had gone to bed. It was the middle of the night. And unless you have a can of drink or beer or whatever that's been heated or cooled or something and then redone and it sucked in and popped out or something, you don't get that kind of sound.
Right.
I just don't think it naturally came from anything we had in the camp. I'm not saying a Sasquatch made the sound.
Well, I think the try to.
But it was a very distinct metallic popping sound.
Yeah, I think
And
if we were to think about that logically, if we were to look at it in a logical sense, I mean, if you consider what was there at the camp, even though everybody was in their tents, I mean, we know sometimes like you said, it could have been a Squatch walking or checking out the camp after hours, or I know in my case, I've actually had bears come around my tent. I've actually heard a bear. I don't know if they do it all the time, but I've actually heard one time. I was just waking up and I heard that son of a bitch right behind my tent, and he must have heard me waking up too at the same time because that bear hauled butt. That was a while
yeah,
back, but the thing is, any other animals getting into stuff too, they get curious or they smell stuff that might smell, tempting to them to check out.
yeah, but
Sometimes, yeah, it could be
we didn't have any of that, Dan. You know that.
right. Well, I'm just trying to think if there was anything that might have been left out. Like maybe a
I've
can
been
left, like a beer can left around the fire pit or something. Or
Well, I've been trying to think of that too for 2 months,
right.
and
Huh.
so's Beth. I mean, and I'm not saying it was a squatch, but it
Right.
was a strange noise. Maybe it was a residual from the Civil War, or because I saw that damn woman standing in our tent,
Right.
and it could have been something like that. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
squatches do imitate, but it was mighty metallic sounding,
I mean,
and
that is interesting.
we just didn't have hardly any cans around.
Right.
Okay,
Huh.
so go on with your question about
Oh no,
Bigfoot.
but yeah,
You
I
were
just
asking about Bigfoot sounds compared to chimps and communication.
yeah, I just wanted to get everyone's opinion, or if they believe, or if they use that with what we associate, with possible Sasquatch sounds that we hear when we're out in the field.
I
Uh,
think I think they are similar in some ways. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steve.
I know one thing, Daniel, and I can tell you this for a fact. When we first moved up here, my son and I were sitting on this and you know how chimpanzees scream?
yes.
It sounded like a full-on chimpanzee fight in these woods. It sounded like two troops were going full-on bloodthirsty fight for 30 seconds.
Mm.
And I mean screaming for about 30 seconds and then dead quiet. My
No,
son and I looked at us and said, "What the hell was that?"
they probably had a fight,
Well,
a
it's fun.
disagreement.
I mean, that's exactly what
Mhm.
I mean. Just full on, and I mean, and it wasn't nobody trying to be quiet down there. That's for sure. I mean, it was literally screaming and yelling.
Mm. Now, how before I want to say what I want to say, let me ask you this: how recent was this that you've heard all this?
Oh, this was 3-4 years ago.
Okay. Because I know you weren't on here the other day when we were on here, and I was, I think it was one of the first things I started off with was sharing a report that was told to me that has yet to have further investigation into it. But I'll kind of give a recap on that real quick. Well, a real good friend of mine, and he's a skeptic, but he's somebody he is looking into the subject of Bigfoot. He's giving it, he believes there's something out there, but he's not saying yet because he's still on that skeptic line. Well, in the area he goes where he likes to camp at, because I've learned stuff about that area from him, and then I've actually met other people who shared some stuff with me later on. Well, he was up there the week I was camping that Saturday. That the Saturday I left camp. Well, he said, or he ended up coming down to my camp. Apparently, I was already gone. But he shared some stuff with me about the area he was in, not in my area, but up, in a different area. Which this is in Virginia, but on the West Virginia line. Well, he ran into a couple campers, and he knew something was not right with them. He said, Daniel, when I saw them before I even talked to them, He says, I knew there's something like they just seen a ghost or something. Something scared the heck out of him. Well, he was being nonchalant about everything. Just say, small talk. And then apparently these people opened up to him, not knowing who he was. Not that he even considers the thought of Sasquatch existing whatsoever. Well, they shared something to him, and probably thinking he was crazy for what they had to share. Well, they had 4 large stones thrown at their camp, and they heard a god awful scream. It scared the hell out of them, so they were getting the heck out of Dodge. And he never not once told them about Bigfoot or even brought the subject of Bigfoot up to them. Well, he took it upon himself since they left the area. He went over to their camp and checked around the camp. Um, apparently he learned from where the rocks came from. Well, in that area, he said they came up from over a ridge apparently, so he had to go up that ridge. There's a power line on this ridge. Well, he went up there. He never saw no tracks whatsoever. But he says, Daniel, I found 4 exact locations where you can see where stones were taken from the ground. If you move a stone out of the ground, it has an imprint there. Well, he saw 4.
Yeah.
Right, and he saw them up there. He said there was not rocks overturned. There was no rock stones next to them. They were missing. But he said he never saw no tracks. Well, he wanted to try something. He took a small stone and he threw it towards the camp location. He said his stone never even reached it. He said it might have got close to halfway, but over 70 yards away, he said, no, his throw was not reaching 70 yards. Well, he says after he did that, he says, I can't believe what he heard, because he said it wasn't no mountain lion, it was not no bobcat, it was nothing that he knows that exists in these woods, because he said he's heard them all. Well,
and they couldn't have rolled.
Right. And he said what he heard next. He said, Daniel, I heard a freaking monkey in the woods. That was his words. I'm just quoting what he said. He said it sounded like what a monkey, primate screams. He said, I never heard nothing like that a day in my life. And he said, I spent enough time in the woods to know and experience a lot of what I did. But he said, that was a freaking primate. But, his exact words were monkey. He said, it sounds like a monkey screaming. And it wasn't that far off from where he was, so apparently that Squatch was still in that area. And those campers what happened to be set up camping in the wrong spot. So it's funny that you share that, because that's what I shared. I had to share that again. And this just happened this past Saturday. So, so yeah, that's exciting. I found it exciting, This ain't in the exact location where I've camped with Greg. This is actually on a back road behind there. So it's probably about 5 miles from where I camped with Greg. So it's actually, considerably, 5 miles is still pretty close. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in that area. I'm ready to go up there and spend a weekend. Anyone's welcome to come up there with me. So, but
I don't know about that one, Daniel.
Yeah, but it's pretty interesting. So, but yeah, I don't know. What about you, Fred? Do you kind of give the sounds that we hear? Do you associate them possibly to any of our known primates in any way?
What I've been hearing in the last couple months, I can associate it with bear, chimpanzee, coyotes.
Right.
There's a variety of sounds that a Squatch makes. That really, even if they don't know you're there, you just happen to be walking down the road or something, and they just start popping off. It's really hard to tell, exactly what they're doing and
because they imitate.
Yeah, that I know.
So much. Well, that's part of the. Now, they may not imitate a chimpanzee because there aren't wild chimpanzees here, but they imitate everything that's here, including people. Well, y'all know that. Don't say because y'all know they do.
I know they
Okay,
imitate
go
owls.
ahead,
I've heard
Fred.
it.
They imitate owls, all kind of birds, and coyotes, and they imitate their stories of children coming to the house and
But
saying to their mama, "Did you call me?" And mama said no.
you
But
know,
they had heard mama calling names,
yeah, they do imitate because
and you know, they imitate people calling their dogs, people calling their youngins.
yeah, because Paul Hosley told me last year that when he was up in this area, and there was a guy and a lady there, and the guy kept calling his girl. I think his wife's name was Beck or Becky, and he kept saying Beck, Beck, Beck. Well, the second night he was there, he heard something kind of rattle around the cans there, next to the tent. He kept hearing Beck, Beck, Beck. It was a
They
squatch.
do.
It was imitating what he heard was Beck, 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 Beck.
Exactly. Exactly. There's lots of stories.
Wait a minute. I want to know why Ryan's laughing about that. Go ahead, say it, Ryan.
Oh, he's probably got some sarcasm.
I have no
Go ahead.
sarcasm ever, never.
Yes,
Yeah, and
yes, Ryan.
yeah, and I'm a holy
Ryan.
roller. I'm a holy roller too, Ryan.
Come on. You're a
Ryan.
southern peach.
I learned years ago that people from up. Go ahead,
You
Steve.
see what's behind me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yep. I had one. Hey, I had one on my house. I had a big damn chimney that you could see coming way up the road, and we put a big wood cross on it.
I'm not
And you
ashamed.
could see it. It was when we lived in the mountains, and you could see it for
And I
3/4 of a mile. And I thought, if that makes somebody think about God for 3 seconds today, that's good enough. And we put it on our big chimney.
got a big rebel flag too.
But Ryan, I have known through my life a number of people from up north. And I have finally figured out, and I have a number of years ago, which helped me with you. They are wonderful, loving people. And once you figure out their sense of humor,
Your cigarette's backwards.
I know. I know. See. Thank you very much. That's right. See. Anyway.
I'm sure we're all the same way on the panel.
But I have figured out years ago that northern people are just as damn funny and wonderful and decent as southern people and the whole rest of the United States. But you have to figure out your kind of humor. And you have a sarcastic sense of humor, which I do too.
Listen to Lamb, Miss Politically Correct over there. Go ahead, Lamb. Damn Yankees up there.
I am not being politically correct. I'm just being honest.
Your cigarette's still in the wrong direction.
I have enough experience with Northerners that I pick up a little quicker on your kind of sense of humor, and I can enjoy it and appreciate it.
Fred's still looking at radiators. He ain't even paying attention to us. You know damn well if we were talking about Yankees and Confederates, he'd be jump right in this conversation.
Yeah.
Well, maybe his radiator's backwards.
Right?
Maybe.
No,
It's like
I'll
If you
rib.
watch,
Yeah,
if
I'll
you
rib.
watch British shows and get their sense of humor, they are hilarious.
I
Last
mean,
of the
Okay,
summer.
you know,
go ahead, Fred.
I'll rib Ryan, but there's only a certain point I go to, because if I really start ribbing the way I wanted to, he'd probably want to shoot me from a long distance.
You don't want to rib him that bad. You just want to play and mess,
I
and
rib all
same
Yankees,
way,
man. I rib all
the
Yankees.
same.
They can call me a hillbilly, redneck, pumpkin squisher. I don't care. It don't make shit to me. I'm Southern. I'm proud of it.
Where the hell did pumpkin
I know. I
squisher
never
come
heard that one
from?
before.
Me either.
Really? Oh,
I've heard of.
we take pumpkins and put
Uh,
them in. We take pumpkins and take rubber bands, big rubber bands, put them between two trucks.
oh, you
Take
talking
and
about pumpkin chunking?
no, it's not chucking. Yeah, you chuck them, but you hit them with a rifle at long range while they're flying through the air.
Oh, like skeet shooting.
Yeah, it's called pumpkin squishing.
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
What we do, what our young folks do around here is they raid the watermelon into pumpkin patches and fill the back of the truck up right around and just pull them out and bust them in the road for the hell of it.
What the hell are we talking about?
Yeah, that's
Bigfoot.
back to the
I don't know. Oh, humor.
Okay.
Back to the
I
Chinese
was talking
Bigfoot.
about humor, Ryan. I think you are funnier than hell.
Thank you.
Some of the stuff you say tickles some says.
What do I tickle?
No, I meant some of the stuff you say tickles the hell out of me.
Oh, okay, that's
Tickle
good.
her fancy.
I guess so. Must be a southern fancy. Fred, stop looking at radiators.
Hey, I got.
He can't
Well,
make up his mind.
Well, I found one I'm gonna do. I gotta go out and get a radiator. I gotta build the brackets, and I gotta get the hose.
Oh, Jesus.
And I gotta get double fans for it, and I gotta get a piece of the heavy aluminum to cut.
Why don't you go to the junkyard, man?
Well, that's why I'm going to get the radiator.
Hope and pray they don't do it again.
Well, back to the subject of communication.
Yes.
We were
Okay.
talking about imitation, right?
Right. Yes, we were.
I just recently shared a link. I shared it on my timeline, and I shared it in one of the main ECBRO groups. It's actually referring to it in a study where primates they're known to imitate others. So that's coming from our known primates. So I thought I'd just share that information.
Oh.
And actually, if you give me a second for the viewers, I'll share the link on the live chat for the viewers if they want to check that out.
Alright.
Since we were talking about
I'll
that.
be right.
We
I'll
should
be right back.
we should apologize to the live viewers. Sorry. We got off track. Kind of what happened is there was an electrical output, and we didn't understand what was going on.
Let's see. Whoever the boss DK on the live chat is, they said, "Oh, I'm a Bigfoot."
Online.
There we go.
I recently seen some new videos by Utah Sasquatch. Rio?
Did they find out he was fake or something, or what?
Well, there's a lot going on, and he did a confession video to where this dude, he's really good at what he does, but he claimed to be ADHD, and he claims that he didn't have any audio or whatever knowledge how to do this shit. Come to find out, he had his profile on LinkedIn, and yeah, he's shot like amateur video and all this stuff, and the audio was switched from mono to stereo, and he admits that, but like he's trying to, I don't know, something wasn't right with it. Something just. But then he did like a new video called Breadcrumbs, and then he did another video, and so there's a lot of people in turmoil. You know that guy started a GoFundMe page, made like $6,000.
Who? Utah?
Yeah, and he got like $6,000, and then all this stuff happened, and like he still has his supporters. You know what? He reminds me of Obama, because like everybody liked Obama because he's a talker. You know,
I didn't like him.
No, I didn't either. I'm just saying, like, he's a talker, so that's what people like. And some of the people in the Bigfoot community that are higher ups are like glued to this guy. Like, I don't even know. And I was just like, in the beginning, I liked him, but something told me don't like that guy, don't trust him, something ain't right. And then then before all this happened, something went south.
Hey,
well,
Daniel,
it's yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We were
No,
talking
you're
about
fine.
that. We were talking about communication.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think in the wild? I mean, I know. I know in captivity, especially like Coco or whatever, she was trained to do sign language. Do you
Hmm.
think in the wild, well, of course in the wild, but do you think like Sasquatch, do you think that they have a type of way of communicating like a sign language to each other so
Yes.
they don't make noise and can
Well,
keep, you know what I mean, to keep quiet? You know what I'm trying to say? So they can.
yeah, that's actually a good question. I know exactly where you're coming from. There's several ways of they communicate. Well, all right. Now, before I even say this, this is if we're referring, or like I do, I'm gonna say this because I know not I don't expect anyone else to agree, or maybe there's others that do this. But like I constantly say, I relate Sasquatch and a lot of their sounds and behaviors to our known primates. But among our known primates, they communicate very discreetly. Sometimes their communication is not even heard to each other. I mean, to others. Sometimes they have ways of communicating quietly and very discreetly. Um, a lot of times it's through body language. It's not always gesture. Sometimes it's gestures. If they're within view, yeah, they have ways of communicating, and I believe Sasquatch is the same way. As far as perhaps there's quiet
I
stuff.
think that too.
Yeah, I believe it's very possible. I can't say that as a fact because we don't know if that's
Yeah.
true, but that's my honest opinion. But if we relate them to our known primates in any way, shape, or form, so yeah, I believe that's very possible that they do communicate discreetly. So
I believe so too. I really do because they've got to be able to communicate without making noise to stay so well hidden.
right,
So
exactly,
there's got to be something there, either something we can't hear or something they're doing that we're not seeing them do.
right, exactly. I mean, do they have? I mean, I don't believe in what a lot of people believe in, the telepathic type thing.
I'm not saying that, but
Right.
like the
But
infrasound, the low waves. I think that they can. I think that they can have a wavelength or a sound wave that we can't hear, which is possible. That's not out of the realms of possibility. Our
I
hearing
do
is only with
believe it.
well,
I do believe in that, Steve.
think about it like this, and I know I've heard this brought up before, and it makes a lot of sense. They might have a whistle or a tone, like a dog whistle that dogs hear. That we might hear a distinct sound if someone's blowing it right next to us. We don't really hear it, but if it was being blown a mile away, I mean, dogs will hear it. So why can't a primate
yeah.
or possible, a Sasquatch have that same effect, where they hear each other like that, at like you say, a higher pitch or a higher frequency, whatever, that we can't hear, like a dog does to a dog whistle. I don't know if that's a good comparison or not, or illustration, but I mean, that's
It
the way I would look
is.
at it, so,
It is.
but,
In a
I don't think it can
sense.
read minds. I don't think it can read each other's minds. I think that's just crazy.
yeah,
That's my.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. So, let's
Yeah.
see.
Well, I agree with that, but I do also agree with infrasound. And where a dog whistle, I assume, and if I'm wrong, y'all correct me. A dog whistle is so high pitched we can't hear it, but the dog can. But infrasound is so low pitched
It's low.
that we
It's
can't hear it.
right.
But elephants and whales and tigers, lions, all of that, or their prey can hear it. and I believe both work. And yeah, I believe in the I believe that they can growl so low that it rattles your insides, and that maybe is what the what's the word we use for it? Jolt, shock.
Yeah.
Fred got it. Ryan got it. The what's the word that the Bigfoot community uses?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to pay attention to what you're talking about, but I was looking at the live chat and I had to take care. There was actually somebody kept posting stupid stuff in there, and I saw someone else posted. I think they have a troll in the live chat. And just for the viewers' sake, I love the new feature that YouTube has, especially through my phone. I could block and remove people from the live chat, which is awesome. So
Oh,
that
cool.
I got rid of that troll or whoever that goofball was. So
Is that the one
yeah,
that said he was a Bigfoot?
yeah, he keeps posting stupid stuff on there. People trying to talk, chat back and forth, and he's jumping in there saying stupid stuff. I don't know who he is, but I blocked him. So
He laid on
yeah,
alligator.
yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
Good.
interrupt on anything. So.
Well,
But,
I didn't mean to either, but I do believe in dog whistles and infrasound.
right.
Zapped. Sorry, didn't mean to
Okay,
get
that's
it.
what you're trying to think of. I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Zapped.
Hmm.
That was the word I was trying to think of. Sorry, like I said, I didn't mean to yell it. But you know, when people say they get zapped, it could be that infrasound,
Right.
that low, low growling, because we know that um, uh, rocks, what is it, limestone, and yeah, like if you live in an old house with old electricity, sometimes it'll put off a hum,
Right.
and you don't realize you're hearing it, but it's joggling your brain a little bit and making you feel paranoid
Oh,
or
yeah.
uneasy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Ryan?
Mm.
Is Ryan there?
Yeah, he's muted.
Hello, Ryan. Anyway, I'm done. Go on to the next, or keep with what you were going. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I was actually while you were chatting, I was looking something up related to what you were talking about. Hmm.
Let's talk about while you're doing that. Let's talk about different ways to make a cast, make a proper cast, and how to make it look good when you're in the field.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up, Fred, because you know what? Let me ask something, and maybe you guys could share this information, which I believe I already know the answer.
Hmm.
Well, do you ever see some of these photos, especially like I know what a lot of what Jeff Meldrum has. A lot of them look like they're perfectly smooth, and because a lot of them are duplicates that he made through his technology, his machine, um, for copies and everything. But a lot of pictures and a lot of casts, I see that they're like perfect looking. I mean, I have some that look okay, but the thing is, they're not like what you see, because I think a lot of it, in my opinion, is I believe it depends on the soil, the litter that's on the ground. Because when I find tracks and stuff, I clear the debris away to try to get the detail better. I carefully move like the leaves if there's a lot of leaves and you can see a track in there with showing detail. Usually, a lot of times I'll remove the leaf litter, pine litter, whatever, and then it shows me what's actually there, which is awesome. So, but the thing is, the ground depends on the soil. The ground's usually like the dirt is not firm. I mean, the best cast I ever did that came out perfect looking was the one that I made out of my own foot in my yard, which that there got broken up. I need to do a new one. But I did that for comparison, and and it was a nice looking track, even though it was from my foot. But you know, I did that. Like I said, because I found a bare spot in the ground, and I made sure it got wet enough for me, to actually step my foot in nice and firmly, and it left a nice detailed track there, and I was able to use that, to pour my cast. I did it for practice because I actually used hairspray, let the hairspray sit for at least a minute, and then I made my batter. I mean, my batter, my plaster. 'Cause the reason I say batter, because like me and Fred talk about
Pancakes.
the pancake batter, right?
Making it the consistency of
Right.
pancake batter. I
Yeah.
know.
So I mean, and then I pour it and let it sit there for at least a good 30 minutes, and and sometimes that varies depending on the temperature. So sometimes it might have to sit longer or whatever. But yeah, I mean that's basically what I'm getting at. That track that I made for my own foot came out beautiful. But if you look at my other casts that I found and made from out in the field, they're nothing like what I make myself because the ground's usually kind of rough in some areas or whatever, or some areas are muddy, and you try to get the best detail you can out of it, but I don't know. I mean,
I
you guys.
I think I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was about to ask you guys. Yeah, do you think that's what do you guys think about that? That's basically what I was gonna say. I mean, is it the
Well,
soil?
I've never made a cast myself other than a plaster of Paris, something I made for a project in school.
Right.
But I noticed so many of them, so many of the casts I see on the internet or whatever, there's just so porous, I don't think is a word, but they're just full of holes. The bottom, which is supposed to be your good part, the bottom of the foot is just they're full of holes, and maybe you can see the toes, but it's just they're riddled with this. It's so rough, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're rough and full of holes, and it's so. And I'm not saying anything about the people taking the cast. I assume it's the ground or whatever, and you can't help that. But there's so few that are smooth on the bottom where you can see the ridges and the that kind of thing. They all seem to have all the little holes, and you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the correct word right off the bat, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know nothing about. I know nothing about making casts, but I have a can of emergency casts in case I ever find a track.
Yeah.
And that's called spray foam.
Well, there you go.
And that's what if I ever find, I know it will work. And if I ever find a track that's good enough that I need the cast, then I put that spray foam down in there, and then that's what I'll use.
Right.
yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I was thinking about living here on the creek. I've got generally I have a good patch of mud, a good patch of sand. Um, I don't have a big sandy beach, but I've got a little section that's sandy, and a section that's muddy. I was just thinking maybe I ought to get some plaster and just go out with my foot and see what I can do in the mud and in the sand.
Yeah, it would be good practice.
I mean, just to
Now,
just
don't
to
get me wrong.
see what.
Yeah, some of
Go
my
ahead.
plaster. Yeah, some of my plaster I make. Especially if you come across something and you only got a little bit left. I will make it somewhat thin to a certain extent. I mean, where it basically almost pours. I don't want it like water, but at the same time, I still want it to pour. But I think depends. I mean, I make it thick where you try to pour your bucket or pail, whatever you're using. Where sometimes you have to scrape it out where it's thick, like putty, like not putty, but yeah, like wet mud. But yeah, sometimes I've been known to where I've had to make it a little bit thin to stretch it out, and do what I can with it. But
That's just an air bubble, right? That's the culprit there is to keep the air bubbles out.
well, yeah, you want to if there's any, especially clumps. I mean, I try to get the clumps out. I mean, I don't know.
Be right back.
All right. Yeah, a lot of times I try to
Yeah.
get clumps because sometimes when you like the bad thing is too, especially if you use the same container to stir and mix your stuff up in. Sometimes, yeah, I always make sure after it dries up, I clean it out. It's always important, always good to use something that's clean and smooth on the inside. Um, yeah, or have the right kind of tool to mix it with. I use to stir mine with. I keep them. You could go to the dollar store and go where they have some kitchen stuff. They have a pack of like 4 little wooden spoons and stuff in them, which I use. They're only
Yeah.
$1, so they're like perfect. I usually use a spoon. Sometimes they have one that's like kind of like a fork, which is good to use because you can almost whisk, or like a whisk would be good too because it'll help get rid of a lot of the clumps.
Yeah.
But then again, a spoon or a flat wooden spatula or something that would be good to scrape out whatever. But yeah. So.
Fred has got to be the fastest peer I know.
Yeah. Well, his bathroom's right around the corner, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had to give me some coffee.
I've never been to.
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, then he's the fastest coffee getter I know.
Mm.
Okay. But maybe maybe I'll experiment with that.
Yeah.
I got a field out here that's got, I think, soybeans now, but they're all real little. I could step in the field. I got a dirt lane. I got a little sandy piece of beach.
Right.
I've got a number of different terrain. Maybe I'll get some plaster and just, what the hell for a experiment.
Yeah, I need to get me more hairspray. I'm all out of hairspray, but a lot of my tracks were made without hairspray. Maybe that might
Well,
be part of the problem. The way my tracks look like some of the way they do, they're kind of rough,
get
But
Aquanet. That's the best damn hairspray ever made. Ask your mama, she'll tell you.
yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Mhm.
Huh.
Purple can.
Purple. Okay.
Yeah.
Get the extra hold strong stuff.
Yes. Get the extra hold.
Yeah.
That's what we used back in the '80s when we had our long, glowing locks of hair and the heavy.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure my
Yeah.
sisters used it.
And Steve, my husband, was in a punk rock band. Well, no, I guess it was just rock band. But anyway, that was through the '80s. He traveled on the road in spandex and all of that, big hair. He took or they, not just him, they took glue, Elmer's glue, and watered it down and made mohawks and stuff in the '80s. Damn, Elmer's glue. Jesus. But yeah, and a lot of Aquanet and a lot of spandex. But anyway, on to the next. Yeah, get Aquanet, Dan.
Okay. I'll remember that. Let's see. Hold on. Sure. I was just reading what Gabriel was saying on here. He said, "Well, trying to watch live. I guess basically what he was saying is ECBRO live streaming while putting his son to bed. Doesn't he said doesn't mix. So he's trying to watch us at the same time and put his son to bed. So I guess it wasn't that easy.
Well, at least we hadn't got nasty or dirty or crude.
Right.
At least we've been clean so far.
Well, talking about dirty, I'm reading a comment by what Paul Eaton said. I don't know if I should repeat it on the live while we're live.
Well, you decide, Daniel.
I'll say it
Your
anyway.
show.
He said, well, I guess they were saying along with what Gabriel's saying about watching the live stream while trying to put their son to bed doesn't mix. Well, hold on, where to say? Oh, Paul Eaton says, LOL or banging wife. Oh my, that's a good one.
Were that entertaining?
Well, it depends. It depends. Is he the one? Is he the one that wants to watch the ECBRO podcast, or is it his wife?
No, that's it. It's him. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see.
You get what I was saying.
Yeah, I think he was just joking.
Well, I know it was a joke, but if she's the one that wants to watch, then maybe he needs to rework his method. No offense.
And Donna's leaving the live chat. She's got to go to bed. Good night, Donna.
I didn't know she. Oh, okay. She was on
she's
live chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Night, Donna.
Yankee boy left the scene.
Yeah, he's been gone for like 15.
He said he'd be back. Maybe he will.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's been gone for like 15 minutes. Well, 10 minutes anyway.
He said he'd be back. Maybe he will. I like Ryan.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's intelligent. May not agree with everything he's got to say, but he's out there. He's looking. He's reading. He's researching. He's trying. And I think he's fairly honest. I think he's a good fella, and I like Ryan.
Well, I want to throw a question out there, and I'm going to let Fred jump on this one. Meanwhile, I just want to mention also before I ask Fred's opinion on something, if anyone on the live chat or any of the other viewers, if you guys have any questions you like or anything that you're curious about, you might want to hear us discuss. I think we'll be on for. We'll be on for a little while longer. We'll make this kind of a long one tonight. Not too long because I got to get up in the morning to go get my vehicle.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we got a tow dolly.
Okay,
we got to go. I got a buddy of mine. We got to go pick that up tomorrow and then head out there. So it's costing me. It's $26 and change, which is actually a good deal versus a tow truck.
Oh, you're paying for the gas. You're paying for the gas to go out there.
He's helped me out. That he says he told me
cool.
he said you just get me the. He said, you just get the tow dolly and buy me a coffee when we meet up in the morning, and then he said, we're good to go. I said, okay. Which is awesome.
All right.
Yeah,
well, that's cool.
Yeah.
But remember, you got to, when your friends help you out, you got to help them back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
I asked him, because I asked him, I said, what could I do? He said, just buy me a coffee. He said, I said, all right. Because, he's using the dollar. I can't argue with that.
One of my best friends showed up today at 12 o'clock at my house and worked me till 5 o'clock at my house. Come on, what we need to do? We're going to do this. Let's do that. And by the time she left, I was like, Jesus Christ. She worked me to death. It was all things that needed to do, and I love her, and thank God she came.
Right.
And got me up and helped me do it, but it was like, damn, you about wore me the hell out. But we got a lot of good stuff done. So, okay, go ahead, Dan. I'm glad you're getting your truck home.
Oh, no, it's all good. Yeah, thank you. Well, the viewers, like I said, I'll be watching the live chat. But anyway, well, this could be for anyone, for everyone on the panel. We were talking about photos. We were sharing photos and stuff like that, and we see millions of photos posted all over the Bigfoot forums and everything. And this is something that's been touched on quite a few times. But when it comes to photos, alleged photos of Bigfoot, I mean, there's some that are very questionable, some are very doubtful, and I think it's always going to be that way, regardless of how clear or whatever the picture may be. But I guess my question is there anything in the photo? Is there anything in a photo that could point to it as being real, or an actual subject of what we're saying it is or think it is? So, how about
Start with Fred.
Yeah, I'll let
Steve.
Hold on. Oh, go ahead, Fred. I was gonna let you start with you on that.
What was the question? I'm still looking
as far as all the Bigfoot photos. Bigfoot photos, yeah. Is there anything that you think that could make it stand out to being real?
Well, I mean, you got to, I mean, we got a lot of people out there, who are here recently. I've been noticing that they've been taking pictures of cutouts out of plywood
yes.
and painting them on black. But what you don't realize when you look at them, look how short the arms are. Look at the stride. Everyone has got the exact same stride. And like my two pictures today, I can't say. Only thing I can say about the second one is I see black hair. As far as it goes, the first one, I really don't know what it is, But 11 people can't be wrong if they're giving me the exact same times every time, So I really don't know what to expect on that, I mean, yeah, there might be something there, Maybe not.
Well,
maybe
11 people can be wrong, but for 11 people to pick out the same thing and give you the same time on the video, that's pretty good evidence that they all saw some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
that they all did see something.
Yeah, but there are other pictures. I mean, all right, you got the Patterson film, the best video picture there is right now, because M.K. Davis took and made an 8.5, 9-foot poster that looks like a clear photograph that was taken yesterday. Then you got other people out there who are claiming to be squatchers or claiming to be researchers, and they take pictures, and you see pareidolia, but pareidolia can be deciphered two ways, so you got to put that in consideration. You got to like mainly looking at brush piles, look like the area I was in the other day. It's mountain laurel, and right now, it's really, really thick, so I mean, yeah, I've seen something in both of them, but I can't tell you exactly to the point if that was if that was it or not, So you've got to learn, you got to know what you're looking at, how to look at it, what signs to look for, stuff like that, and that's what you got to do.
Lael, real quick, Paul on the live chat, he's on my Facebook page, by the way. I asked it in the group chat here on our panel, but he was asking if he could add you on Facebook.
Yes, please. That would be fine.
Okay, so there you go, Paul. She said, "Go ahead, add her. She'll accept you." So, hey, Geraldine, I haven't seen you on here in a while.
Yeah. I mean, is like Paul somebody y'all know and like and trust?
Yeah, I've had him on my page for a while.
Okay. Hello, Paul.
He's one of the he watches the shows all the
Oh,
time. Yeah.
that's as long as you all like him, trust him, and he's a decent fella, that's fine.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Let's see
I
what else
forgot
we
what
got.
I was gonna write down. Damn.
His name.
No, what you were talking about, Fred?
Oh, the photos.
Oh yeah, pareidolia.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, photos. A lot of them are questionable, and I think regardless, I don't know. I think I don't know. Say we got a camera on a tripod, and we just so happen to be filming, something, and a Sasquatch happens just to come out in the open. The camera is stabilized on that tripod. We got high definition camcorders. Sasquatch comes in, say 75 to 100 yards away. You see it. You recognize it while you're there in person as a squatch. You zoom in and you let the camera come into focus, and you get the perfect footage of it. And you can't wait. You get home, you upload it, and you upload it, and for those who may not be familiar with uploading videos to YouTube, keep in mind the
It don't
distortion.
come out like it looked
Exactly.
when you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I know my videos do. I know Fred's do. They get distorted because you know what? The settings, people don't realize when we upload our videos to YouTube, there's quality settings. A lot of times we do upload with low or standard quality settings, so our videos upload fairly quickly, and they don't use a lot of data and all this other crap. And there's a lot of times I do use high quality. It takes a little longer. If my videos ain't long videos, I'll use high quality. But even with the high quality uploading, when it goes to YouTube, a lot of photos, a lot of videos come up distorted from the pixels, and people don't realize that.
Yeah, that's the main
And
thing. That's the main
yeah,
thing. Pixels. I
no, I
mean,
mean,
if you got $1,000 camera, you ain't got to worry about that. If you got something like I got, it's a $158 camcorder by Samsung, and you
yeah,
try to zoom in, you got pixels out the yin yang. That's the bad part about it.
oh
Uh,
yeah,
and I have said this before on our podcast. When you're riding through the mountains and you come to an overlook or whatever, and you can see, like from the viaduct in in North Carolina. Anyway, you can see Charlotte, the lights from Charlotte,
right,
because it's so high, and you can just see hundreds of miles. And and it's so gorgeous, and you take a picture of it, and you go home and have it developed or loaded on the computer, and it's a beautiful picture, but it ain't as beautiful as it was when you were looking at it. And
yeah,
that is why I always say, or the ocean, the same thing. That's why I always say, the picture looks good this way, the picture don't look good that way, or whatever. But if you weren't the one standing there looking at it when the picture was taken,
yeah,
you don't know.
right,
And that's why I kind of always give people the benefit of the doubt. Because if you weren't standing there looking at it, then
yeah,
you don't know what in the heck exactly they saw. You get what I mean.
There's a question on our live chat, but it's for Ryan, and he ain't here to answer this. But maybe
I can answer it. Give it to me.
Okay, they want to know, is Ryan still pro kill?
Yeah, he is.
I can tell you that. Um, he is pro kill to a certain extent. He doesn't want to go out and just shoot them down, but he has been pro kill, anti kill through the years, and now he has decided that if he got a chance and it was a
He was called.
male, or that he might, emphasis on might, shoot it just for the to clear up the whole debate. But he doesn't want to kill one. He's not out to. He's not mean and vicious wanting to kill one at all. He just might if.
He's like Gulf Coast Bigfoot Research Organization. They want to put one on the table, but they're not too keen about it.
Yeah, and if when and if Ryan sees this, Ryan, I'm sorry if I said anything wrong, but that's what I get from Ryan. He doesn't want to kill one, but at the same time, he said he's starting to think again that he might, if the correct um, um,
Yeah, that too.
presented itself. Um, and that doesn't mean he would. But he's thinking now more maybe he would. But he's kind of being back and forth through the years about it. And he doesn't want to kill one, but he's
Well,
thinking now he might if the situation was a certain way, and he might.
Yeah,
So
I got a
that's
good.
my answer for Ryan, but that's not Ryan's answer. So that's just me saying what, make that clear.
All right, I got a good question on here, and then with what Starry replied to it, Starry Knight, or actually, I agree with what they said. So I will read what Geraldine Zufeld said. She said, "Do you think that different regions cause Bigfoots to be a certain color of hair?" She said, "I see that a look in the West Coast area are more of a reddish color, and back on the east is darker." She said, "What are your thoughts?" But before you guys go on about that, what Starry Night said, Geraldine, I think they're like us. They might be like different families, bloodlines, which I agree. I agree to that, and I've stated that before. I believe there's different types of squatches as far as strains or strains. When I say strains, that's referring to the bloodlines or breeds. Just
I
like
think
there's
they're
different types
different
of horses, there's
colors.
different types of dogs.
Yeah.
So
well, on the East Coast,
yeah,
they're more black, dark reddish brown, uh, cinnamon, and I've seen one white one, but that was a long time ago. But from Canada down into Washington State they're bigger. Ooh, they're bigger over on the West Coast and up into Canada, but they're more lighter in their color. Because I guess it's because of the climate and, like you said, the bloodline and everything else. I mean, there's a lot of
right.
factors. There's a lot of factors to that you still got to look because we still don't know anything about Bigfoot, so we don't know exactly how and why and the reason for it all. But
Right.
we will eventually get it. But as far as eyeballs seeing, there's like 5 or 6 different colors. And I have
Right.
Well, matter of fact, I got a gray one in the area. I don't know if he's still around here or not. And that's that one I over zoomed on that day, and he was solid gray face and all, but he wasn't like 3.5, 4 foot tall, little one, you know. But he was solid gray. That's the only one I've seen in my area like that. The rest of them been black, reddish. Hell, the younger ones been black. Most of them, you know.
Hey, you know what? That makes me think question. You wonder, do they get shorter when they get really old, like people do?
I don't know.
Because, you know, like
Um,
my daddy was like 5'11" his whole life.
Yeah, but
And
as you get older,
but
man,
but
your
by the
back
time he died at
that age.
78 or 9, he was like um what did I say he was? 5'11". He was like 5'7". And I know you know we all shrink as we get older a little bit.
Well, look at
Wonder if
Pat.
squatches do.
I don't
It's
know because
because the moisture in your joints, you lose your joints loses the moisture in them, and it causes.
exactly, exactly,
Right.
Steve. You're right, Steve.
yeah.
Exactly, but you wonder, do squatches get shorter? Like if you had a 7 foot squatch when he was 30 years old, if he's 65 years old, you reckon he's like 6'4"?
It's very possible.
Hmm.
And you know what? That's something I've never heard anybody discuss.
Yeah.
Well, we really don't know how long they live.
Now,
Right.
yeah, I know. We don't know.
Hmm. Well, I want to before I address the next question, I want to state something from or just make a statement that I agree with what Fred was saying. So, with as far as the dark, more darker over here on the east and everything, but let me ask Fred. Yeah, I guess it's safe to say that we do have the other colors here, but it's the darker ones that are more
Right.
common, especially with I guess with reports and stuff too, right?
Yeah. The majority of the ones that I've seen were ice cold black.
Mm.
Well, actually darker. You know, the blacker. You know how like a Labrador, like a black lab, their coats are shiny black.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the way these squatches are that I've seen, especially the ones about 6 foot tall. You know, they're built like a brick shit house, and
Yeah.
their muscle. I mean, you can see the muscle tone just standing there. You know, but they're so black. But it's hair, like that hair that M.K. Davis has. That's
Hmm.
exactly the same textured hair that the black ones I've seen have.
Hmm.
But if, as you said, Fred,
Hmm.
um, all squatches are different, like people,
Hmm. As far as the facial features go.
as far as their facial features. And some people have red hair, and some people have black hair, and some people have brown hair, and whatever. Couldn't it be that even to Oregon and Washington, Canada, and all the way up,
Could be.
My
that
personal opinion.
they still could be different colors over there too, like they are over here?
Yeah. What'd you say, Steve?
My
Yes.
personal opinion is I'm a believer of the four clans, but in those four clans, there's so many varieties.
Exactly.
I
Mhm.
don't think the
Yeah.
color of them is so much is what it is as their structures. I think
Hmm.
is what
I
changes
agree.
is their structure and their attitudes. I think they're all pretty much range in the colors. I don't think it's the regions have anything to do with colors. I think the colors are pretty much are all the same or vary everywhere. But I think it
Yeah,
depends
I
on the region
agree.
is where the size difference and the attitude difference.
Yeah, because over the West Coast they're more aggressive, but as you come across the United States, they
And
get
like that,
less.
in Texas they get very aggressive. But I
Yeah,
think that's where you find is the difference is the size and the aggressiveness of them. I don't think the color. I think they all have that same color variation everywhere.
I think so too. But I do agree that in some areas they may be more aggressive than in other areas. But yeah, I think that the color, I think there are blondes and grays and reds and blacks and browns on the East Coast, on the West Coast, and everywhere. I think probably black and brown is the
the average
most
color.
dominant. But you know what? If you think about what's going on today in the world, blonde-haired, blue-eyed people are phasing out because they're mating
Every
or
everything except.
with dark-haired, brown-haired, brown-eyed, whatever. And because there weren't that many of them to start with. So, Jesus, Nandy, sorry. Um,
The
but
dog.
they could be the same way. I think most may be black and brown, but there's still blondier ones and red ones, and the same way we are. So, yeah, I agree.
I meant to share this with some other photos that I posted the other day. Um, Wanted to get everyone's opinion on this. I found this out
You,
in my
you,
area.
you found that?
Yep.
That's
And I'll show
about.
you.
That looks like now the one that 6 footer I saw.
There's a
It,
texture right there.
yeah, it felt like it was like a stiff horse. I mean, stiff human hair, didn't it?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, because when I saw that 6 footer walk out in front of me, his arm hair, that hung off his arm was the longest part of him. Rest of it was
That's a
short.
long
It
Yeah,
is
that's a
long hair.
horsehair, but looking at the length of it,
yeah.
I
They got
know.
they got long hair coming off the arms and around their feet.
I'm trying to think what the hell is that hair that long?
That's some long damn hair.
That's that.
Did you guys see the hair that MK Davis had?
Oh, Ryan's back.
Yeah, that's the same
My
colored
internet.
hair. Yeah, that's the same colored hair that that one
MK
that walked
had.
out one walked out in front of me. His hair was exactly like that, texture and everything.
Okay, Fred, was that the hair you were trying to show me the other day that I couldn't get to load, or is this different?
The one MK Davis got is like what Daniel's showing here, but it was ice cold black and it was braided. It had braids in it.
And it was huge. Like the pile he had, it almost looked like a weave.
Yeah, no, it was braided.
Was it a plain braid or a twisty kind of braid?
Um, how
It
would
was
Because
it was interlocked
if
somehow.
yeah,
I
you
can't.
I brought up one time before, and we kind of just left it because it was kind of uh not nice to talk about. But I know, I talked when Michael Price was on about the horse mane being braided,
by Melba.
and there's a episode of I shared it to y'all that it had Brenda Harris, and she was talking Monster X radio, and Brenda Harris was on, and they were talking about juvenile Bigfoot getting with the horses, and that would twine up their manes. One would hold the horse in the front, and one anyway. It's not very nice to think about, but they say it happens, and they had a number of different incidents that they talked about, and she did too, about the horse's hair being braided, and nobody figured out what it was, but it was a Bigfoot getting at them, and it wasn't braided, but it was twisted because one was holding the head by the mane, and it got twisted. Now y'all take that, go investigate it, or don't, whatever. But that's
well, the hair that MK has, from what I could see, it
looks like a wig almost.
Yeah, basically, but it was what do you call it, interweaved? That's what it looked like.
It was like interlocked.
Yeah, it was interlocked, man. It was, I mean, you could see. I mean, it was very intriguing the way they did it.
Yeah.
It
did it
was
look
so
like anything?
Whoa, wait a minute.
It was so long though. Was it horsehair?
No, it was human.
It was human hair.
Yeah.
No, he don't even know what it is. What do you mean it's human hair? He don't know what it is. He's actually sending. Go ahead.
Did you see the under the microscope photos that he posted of it? He posted different critters. Then he posted the magnified of the hair.
Recently?
Well, it was right after he showed them pictures. It showed the microscope, and it looked like human hair.
Well, if it was human hair, and I don't know this by any means, and I know it was long pieces of hair, but you know, the bird watcher people and that kind of thing say if you cut your hair or have an old piece of cloth or some extra yarn, put it out in the yard and the birds will use it to build nests. If it was in a circle, I don't, you know, I'm just saying, could a bird have picked it up and made the beginning of a nest or whatever?
Not that big.
Not saying that that's what it was.
Not that big a clunk.
Yeah, it was huge.
So I mean,
maybe it was a big bird.
So did any of his hair look close to any of what I just shared?
Yeah, it looked. Well, yeah, the grainage looked about the same. But I tell you still got that hair, Daniel?
No, because I was posting to get everyone's opinion. You know, I was looking at the live chat, see what people had to say, and I want to see what you had to say.
Well,
that was actually found. That was I was going to go spill the beans because I know what it is, even though it was found in my area.
Oh,
I didn't see the MK Davis hair, but I did see the hair. Didn't Daniel? Wasn't that from Flip Dewey? That's your administrator now. What's her name?
Who
was the hair that you showed from?
What, just there? Just now?
Yeah.
That was my that was hair I found. Even though I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
That actually is horsehair.
Damn,
So-
I'm good.
That was horsehair because there was horses that were parked there. The people had their horses out from ride. They were riding their horses, but when they were finishing up, they were grooming the horses and they were pulling the hair out of the horses' tails from being brushed.
Okay, so that
So-
ring of hair was horsehair.
Yep. I
Here,
would.
Okay.
Daniel.
Well,
All right.
I'm sending you photos of it.
if they were to find some hair like that out in the middle of the woods, who's to say a crow couldn't get some hair from behind a strip mall at a beauty salon and just pick it up to take it to go make a nest somewhere and drop it?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Steve. Because I
This
have
just
heard.
doesn't look like it.
I mean,
Now, what Ryan's sharing here doesn't look nothing like what I just looked at. So let me pull this up. This is, to me, this looks totally different. This ain't horsehair. And that's as large.
This,
yeah, I saw that, and I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. It looked like a lint ball of dust bunny from under my bed.
You know what that looks like? It looks like an owl ate a rat and pooped it out.
Yeah, but the pile he had was like 10 inches long by like 6 inches high. It was a pile
Oh,
of.
shit.
It was a huge pile of hair. Like,
Okay,
I mean,
so I've seen this, but I didn't realize where it come from and what it was.
In what area?
I didn't get that yet. He was actually going to send me a sample so I could get it tested. He actually agreed to that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I mean, there's no big cats that can have fur balls or.
I mean, it just looks odd. It don't look like horsehair. There's a couple better ones I shared with the singles.
No, it doesn't look like.
No, it doesn't look like horsehair. But Daniel had look like horsehair.
It could be a rat or a mole or something, but I don't mean it is. I mean, you know.
But some of the strands he had were like really long. They were like 6, 8 inches long. Maybe even bigger.
Well, that's interesting.
Behind his right hand, there's like it's a pile of hair behind his right hand. I mean, bigger than his fist.
Right. Our right or his right?
His right. It's like all over his table. I wish I saved that picture, but I didn't.
Yeah, I could see a little bit on, yeah. I don't know.
And you can see how it's braided and twisted on the bottom left picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
It's like interweaved or whatever you want to call it. So I
wonder if
convinced
there
him
were
I
horses
was.
around there.
I think he was off the beaten path. You see the green picture? I think that's like where he found it. I'm not too sure. Because I did that live chat and then he came on, and that's when I proceeded to talk to him about it. And he's like, "I'll send it," and I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." So I messaged him and sent him my.
That is so cool.
I'm getting a bad
That
mojo
is so
from
cool.
Huh?
that. I'm picking up bad mojo from that.
That's kind of crazy, right? You get that bad feeling, right?
And that's something bad's gonna turn up on being from that. I don't know.
What, from the hair?
Yeah, man. I don't know. That's gonna turn up on something different.
Well, y'all need to go and look up.
There might be somebody missing.
Oh no, not like that chick. Not like that man Danielle found was missing.
Yeah.
Have we ever heard any more on that? Other than
No.
the psychic told her he was dead and that was his spirit.
No, I haven't heard no more. She's on the live chat.
Well, my only question is, if it was a spirit, why was Bigfoot Why did the Bigfoot have his hand over his mouth?
I don't know, man. That's
He
the
was
Indians.
just,
Indians have a thing about the Bigfoot being a spirit and all that, so who knows?
well, yeah, I agree. I know that.
Who knows?
I know that, but I'm looking for. Damn it! What the hell is their name? It's the guys that do the show, and they're all like cowboys and country dudes.
The Chippendales.
Oh Lord.
Steve Alcorn?
No, but when I first met my husband, he was he's an audio technician, and but he's a drummer too. But anyway, he was working for a production company, and about the second or third date we had was he was doing sound for the Chippendales.
Jesus.
And so I got to
What the hell?
stand behind stage and watch the Chippendales. And it was really cool, but at the same time, I don't really care that much about strippers.
Liar.
Hey, just curiosity.
No,
Now,
I don't. Go ahead.
now about the hair. Now,
The
Fred's the
strippers,
one who brought it.
they had really great hair.
No, no, what Fred was bringing up.
I'm
Was
sorry. I'm
no, you're
sorry.
fine.
Go ahead.
MK Davis had. I think I know exactly what Fred was talking about because I remember the picture. I remember seeing something like that. He did have different samples posted, with comparison to other known species that the one did not match up with. I was wondering, is there any way we could find that and maybe we could pull it up and look at that?
Ryan, look under the other day, the same day he posted them pictures.
I've never seen it too.
Give me a second.
You'll see
Bigfoot.
you'll see human hair, you'll see different animals' hair samples and everything. Then
It
he'll
didn't
have
match any?
yeah, the human part matched.
Bigfoot Outlaws
Hmm.
is the one that had Brenda. Y'all know Brenda Harris, don't you?
Yeah.
Bigfoot Outlaws had Brenda Harris, and they were talking about the crap with the horses and whatever. So if you're inclined and interested, go watch it. But it's really kind of gross and disgusting. But if you're into Bigfoot, that's something you have to consider, and you know.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically he's got a video here.
I have got to get up early in the morning. I'm gonna jump off.
All right, not a problem.
Night, Steve.
Thanks for thanks for coming on too.
Have a great evening. I'll see y'all on the next one.
All
Later,
right.
Steve.
Night, Steve.
All right, good night, everyone.
All right, night.
He does. I did share a video with you of all those photos, and then.
Well, it shows up on mine as attachment unavailable. Post it to. Oh, you're not in the group chat no more because you removed yourself.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm on the computer screwed up or whatever, and then I'm on my phone now.
Okay, Ryan,
I
send
could
the
share it.
You
Let me
don't
share
want
it
to
on my
be in our
page.
group, then you just go. We don't care.
Thank you, James.
James just happened to step out of his bedroom the minute after I said that.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, screw you.
No,
All right.
go away. Sorry. I love you, Ryan.
So I shared the video to my page if you want to get it off my Facebook page, Daniel. And then there's a post after that. He says, after visiting the Humphrey County Sheriff's Department, they said that they had no missing persons and were very interested when I shared my thoughts with them about what it might be. I did a burn test on the tuft of it, and it was authentic hair. After returning home from the sheriff's department, I pulled it apart and did a photo session with it. What do you think?
That's
And
that's what
it's
I got.
gigantic. It's super long. He didn't do it under a microscope, but it's super long hairs.
This was MK?
Yeah. Let me see if I can screenshot this.
Yeah, Ryan, you said you posted it on your regular timeline, or?
Yeah, I shared the video under my name.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen.
cool.
I've seen.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I was
I've
gonna
seen
try to
it.
screen share, but I don't see it though.
Yeah, because
Hold on.
I got the whole kit and caboodle too.
Yeah, I was gonna try to screen share for everyone to check it out.
Hold on. I'll
All
share it again to my page. I screenshotted that stuff. Come back up here. He's got so many videos. Oh my lord. Maybe he took it down. I did share it just a second ago. Oh no, there it is. Okay, share now. Posting. You shared this post. Let me go check my name. Refresh. No, it's right there. First thing. Now let me share it to Daniel. Or share now.
Either that tag me in it.
Alright.
That was fast, Fred.
I tagged you in it.
Okay, hold on one second.
And then what I'm going to do is come over here.
Don't make me laugh or Ryan will unfriend me.
And then I'm going to share. You sure you didn't get the video in your messenger? Because it came up in mine.
Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, well, hold on. Alright, it says Ryan shared a link. Now let me click on that and see what it's. Nah, it says attachment unavailable.
Yeah, it came up as mine is playable. I got a play symbol right on it. That's crazy.
Now, who did you share this from?
MK.
Send it to my messenger.
You
Ryan.
got to, you can't send it to anybody who's not a friend of MK.
Oh, that's why. It's his privacy, yeah, because I'm not on
That's
his
a privacy thing, because I went through the same thing this week.
Well, I'm a friend of MK.
I made a video of my place going out, coming back, but I downloaded it on Beth's page because I didn't want to download it on my page. And then I could share it to Fred, I could share it to anybody she was friends with, but like I wanted to share it to Glenn Hurd, she won't friends with him.
Well, if
Ryan, so wouldn't share.
If Ryan sends it to me, I can send it to Daniel.
Sending it to Daniel's timeline.
Because y'all are all, because y'all are all friends, yeah.
I just shared it to Daniel's. Daniel Benoit doesn't allow people to post on their timeline.
Oh, I gotta approve. I could go to. I just have to approve it. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, if you tag me in it, I'll have to approve it. Okay, give me a second.
Well, I tagged you in it, but then I also sent it to you on your timeline.
All right, let me see if it shows up differently through a tag. It just might. So.
But I'll send my video to you, Ryan, and to you, Daniel. I know Daniel's friends with Beth.
Yeah.
So I can send it, and Ryan, you might be.
Yeah, because I've been.
But and it's nothing. It's just boring. It's just me driving out my dirt lane and coming back up a second dirt lane and just showing where I live. And at the end of the second one, I drive down to the creek so you can see the water where I live on.
Yeah, you can send me that. Did you get it?
Just to let you know, I'm not even getting no tag alerts. I tried to refresh several times.
Wait a minute, I'm getting ready to send it to you now, Daniel.
All right. What, through Messenger?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well,
I tagged Fred. Did you get Fred? Did you get my tag?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run potty. I'll be right back.
Alright.
There
Alright,
you go.
so,
Well,
alright.
Lale's talkative tonight.
Fred, it shows up the same thing as you. It shows up on it. See right here?
Really? I mean, because all I gotta do is hit play and it plays.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
see, you guys are both on his friends list. I never tried to add him as a friend before, so.
But you should be able to go to my page and see it.
Apparently he has his settings pretty strict. Because see, I sent him a friend request there just a little while ago, but.
Well,
But
see,
I mean,
there's
I should be able to share it with.
Alright, I'm on your page. See, look, Ryan, look, I'm on your page right here. And it should be one of the most recent things, right?
There's like 3 of them.
I see, the latest one I see from you right here, it says, damn internet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right, Daniel, when I shared it to you, what did it do?
When you'd send it to me through Messenger, all it showed is the same thing it showed as Ryan did, attachment unavailable.
Okay, so you
Cause
have,
here,
to you have to be a friend then.
yeah.
And I've been a friend
Yeah,
with...
because
because I've been a friend with MK for a couple of years now.
yeah, so it won't show up because his privacy settings, only friends only see stuff he posts.
Well,
Oh.
It works. Yeah, it works the same way with me when I'm sharing stuff with other people. Because I get people say, "Oh, attachment unavailable." It's all because
what's your main? What's the ECBRO? Which one do you go to? What do you?
any one. Go to send it to the ECBRO Maine, not the state of Maine, but the Maine MAIN.
If I go east, I just type in ECBRO Maine.
Yeah.
The only one I got is Bigfoot Social.
All right, that's the other one I have. When you type them in as capital letters, but with a period after each letter.
ECB. That's why.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I never find the damn thing.
Cause I got
It says I shared it to that.
Alright, hold on. There we go, hold on. It says needs approval.
From him or you?
You. Look.
Me?
Yeah, from you it says, yeah, I need your, yeah. You sent it to the state of Maine. The Maine group. Watch, let me show you something real quick.
I don't know. You got 99 groups.
Alright, you see the screen share?
No, I'm on my phone, remember?
Oh, that's right, you can't see screen share. Well, see, look, Fred, this is what shows up when you do it to me. Like, this is his, it says attachment unavailable. So if I approve it, other people will see it, but I won't, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I've gotten some links from you. It's like that. It's been like that before.
Right.
What did I miss?
But you have to be a
Anything?
friend.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my ECBRO State of Maine division right here. So. Yeah. I'll go ahead and prove it anyway.
The state of Maine.
Even though I won't be able to see it right now. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
So what are we on now?
They were trying to share a link to me of a video.
Oh, still?
I told you that money.
That's what I just asked you.
Sorry, I was talking to.
I wish there was a way that I could do this. Because Ryan sent me the link and it plays just fine.
Well, if one of you guys could play it and try to screen share it.
Well, it's mostly just
going through the hair and stuff.
Yeah, it just follows through the hair. That's it. He really don't talk.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Who's Antonio Rocco Romeo? I don't know. I don't know him. I have 5 mutual friends with him, but I don't know who this guy is. Wants approval to come.
Who are the mutual friends? You need to
Yeah, I'm waiting on it.
I mean, I'm not asking you to say. I'm just saying, evaluate who they are, and if they're people you know and trust, then go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see.
I need to get this rack redone.
Oh, he lives in Colorado. He's from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I hear my daughter singing in her bedroom.
Well, that's the same thing I said about Ryan and the kids playing up the road. That's always it's a happy sound.
Yeah.
It is, but it drives you nuts. I mean, they're out there like it's the parents, it's the kids, it's the whole Spanish compadre system over there.
Well, you get out there where she's at. You got a yard. You got a lake. You got a pier. You got your own private tree house. I mean, it's a kid's paradise. You know, it ain't sidewalks and concrete. Ooh, I hate
Right.
Who, Brianna?
Huh?
You talking about Brianna?
No, I'm talking about your place, Dingy.
Oh, yeah, I got a big damn yard on the creek, a pool, a trampoline, pier, paddle boat, a little tree house. Up off the road a half a mile. You can ride your bikes on the dirt lanes and not worry too much about being run over. Yeah, it's a great place for a kid here.
Oh, for the record, while I go out and get my vehicle towed, I do have a trail camera that's been out there all week. Well, since
Cool.
Yeah, it's actually it's way up behind camp. It's Fred, do you remember the location where I told you where me and Brianna camped, in the same place me and you camped together 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it way up behind you on the other side of that swampy marsh area there in the back where I had my old trail camera where something set it off.
Oh, up there next to the ridge?
Yep, right on the bottom of it. Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, I've had it up there for a good week now. So, hopefully I'll pick that up, maybe get something on it.
Yeah, just hope someone didn't take a damn thing.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I use my small one, and it's, it should be fairly well hidden, but hopefully I picked something good up on it, and plus I use my good one back there too because it's the one that picks up audio as well. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, maybe you got some.
I'm hoping so. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey Ryan.
Hey.
You were talking about the other day about taking a vacation with the family.
I said taking a vacation without the family.
Oh, well, I thought you were saying getting away from everything, taking the family and getting away.
Anyway, sometimes it's easy to get away. I wish.
Anyway, I was gonna say, give me just a second, and
yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Ryan, it's a long damn haul down here in North Carolina, but I got in the next week or two, we've got a little camper out in the yard. That's fine, but we're getting rid of that, and some friends are bringing a fifth wheel in, and it'll have air conditioning and a microwave, your basics.
You got a tandem to pull it?
they're bringing it in, and if the old camper isn't gone yet, we got, when the old camper gets pulled out, we've got people in the neighborhood with fifth wheel hitches that'll move it back into that spot. And it's right on the water. There's a deck built, and they don't care if somebody wants to come and stay in it, as long as you leave it decent. And Ryan, y'all are welcome. I live right on the water. I got a little John boat, I got a paddle boat, and I got a pool and a trampoline. And my son's almost 13. And we got fishing, we got just, you're welcome to come and stay in that camper. You got electricity and, like I say, air conditioning and all of that. And if you want to come, you're welcome to come.
It was kind of more of a figure of speech, like, you know, because I got so much going on, but, you know, with all my dad's issues and stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I know. But still, I know it's a long damn way, but you're welcome to come. And you can come here and stay a day or two. Well, hell, I got room in the house, but if y'all want to stay in the camper, you know, you could be more, you know, to yourselves. And you can ride to the beach from here, come back. You can fish here, crab, float in the creek. I mean, it's just, if you want to come anytime, you are welcome to bring the family.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, no, you know, no problem. You are welcome anytime. And so is Fred, Daniel, and anybody else.
How about the guy in the corner? I got a guy that stands on our corner all the time, and he drives me nuts. Hey, you got any cigarettes? You got any cigarettes? I said, no, I don't got no damn cigarettes. Go to the store. Okay, go to the store. Next day he comes back. You got any cigarettes?
Don't bring him.
Oh my God, he drives me nuts.
But you can bring your woman and your youngin. And it's also a historic place. There's old houses, there's history and whatever you can go through, and you know, there is a few things to do. Just look up Bath, North Carolina, and you're welcome anytime, Ryan.
Cool.
Hey, the old guy that stands in the corner, is he old guy or just
he's like 50. He said, my name is Paulo, I know you. My name is Paulo, I know you. I said, I don't know you.
Well, you should know him by now.
Oh, now I do. He said, you got a cigarette? You got a cigarette? I said, no. But I feel...
Tell him to get a job.
You know, I feel bad for certain people, but, you know, the damn people, they
panhandle.
Hang on. Came unplugged on me. Hold on.
Yeah, I got
Go out and
they panhandle, and they actually make a lot of money.
I know.
Well, you know what? They outlawed it here in Virginia now.
Yeah, they'll act broke, and they'll make $100, $200, $300, $400 a day. You know, it's crazy. And you think about it, if you're standing out on a busy highway or near a Tim Hortons, and everybody's giving you $1, you know how many people go into Tim Hortons a day?
Huh.
Yeah, so by the end of the day, it's like he makes $500, and then he still asks you for cigarettes.
Man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, I don't live in a big city, but you know, I think there's like 15,000 people or something like that, 17,000 people.
It's not a ton of people, but there's, then we got our county has 160,000 people, I think it was. So, I mean, it's not a huge county, but yeah, they panhandle.
I think people think you live in a hood because I see their comments on the live chat.
No, I don't live in the hood.
They said damn hood rats.
Right? No, there's certain areas like I'm off of a main street. In the main street, I'm about 3 or 4 streets over, but they all walk, and Main Street is Main Street. So there's nothing you can do. And it's just like, I mean, I tell you though, we're like, our housing market too in this area is garbage. Anywhere near a lake or an ocean, I mean, your house should be $200,000. And I'm lucky if my house will get sold for like 80. I mean, it's crazy. Like I'm a mile from Lake Erie. Literally.
Well, the thing is, it's like the cost of living up north is usually, it's much higher. But then the thing is, like even in Massachusetts, there's a lot of, depends where you live. Some areas are very expensive. But if you go to the Berkshires, which is, it borders the upstate New York and then parts of Canada right there.
Right.
You can get houses in the mountains up there for 50, 60,000 up there. Nice homes, in the mountains. But 'cause I know my parents actually, they've actually looked around and priced up there, because like I said, it's all mountains up there, and nothing but wood. And yeah, I mean, nice homes. But then again, like I said, that I guess it depends on the area, really. But
Well, that's the thing. We have an area called Shorewood.
Right.
And there's like a golf course, and you get over there, and the houses are $900,000.
Yeah. Wow.
But just to buy the piece of property the house is on is $250,000. Just for vacant land. If you went over there and bought a piece of grass,
right,
like a 1 acre piece of grass, half acre, it's like $250,000.
Wow.
Yep. It's crazy. But then you come a mile inland and the houses are like 50, 80. Like, are you kidding me? Yep.
Yeah, it's like around here. I mean, I guess you could consider it like a subdivision, but it's not a subdivision. But the house is on 3 or 4 acre lots, and it's people next to them. We got horses and cows. There's a farm over here. You're riding into the neighborhood. You got a field, or you got cows over there, and over, like I said, over next to our neighbors, they got 5 horses, Yeah,
I'm not in a subdivision. I'm actually just on a road. I'm on a street.
Yeah.
But
this is all country over here, and we got the mountains right behind us, and it's, I mean, it's, as Fred puts it, we're in a salad bowl, which we really are.
Right.
But this specific area, I'm sure if you go towards like Harrisonburg, which is where the college is, things might be a little bit more expensive out that way, around the Harrisburg area, because it's more of a built-up town. Like parts of Waynesboro is built up pretty well, and but around here, we're in a rural country area. I mean, shoot, my parents' house is sitting on almost 4 acres. It's 3-point-something acres, and I mean, when they moved, they got this house for $235, and after they moved in, they appraised the house alone, not counting the land that it's sitting on, was appraised for $235. So without the property, So I mean, it depends. I mean, on where you are, and the economy's up and down all the time anyway. So
it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. Same with our presidents. I don't even think none of them should get in there.
Yeah.
I think they're all crooked.
Anyway, the quote a comment on the live chat. They left it blank in a certain part of this. I'll fill in the blank. Son of a bitch. Talk Bigfoot, folks.
Well, what do you guys want to talk about? Ask them. What do they want to know?
That was actually from Gabriel.
Oh.
He's usually pretty cool about stuff. He was just getting. I guess we were boring the heck out of him, which I can't blame him.
I'd like to come up with a new name for Bigfoot.
Oh, really? Let's talk about that. That's interesting.
Lollipop.
I really would.
Lolliflop.
Lollipop.
No, I mean, I know they got Oma, Sasquatch, Yeti, but I think Bigfoot needs a better name. I mean, really, who's that guy that named him? The guy before the Patterson. The guy found a trackway going up to Gaswell in California when they were putting a road in.
You're not talking about Ray Wallace, are you?
Yeah, I think that's the guy who quoted the text Bigfoot. And that's kind of where it stuck. And I don't know, it's not culturally correct or anything correct. Like, all the Indians have Oma or certain things that mean things for what they are. And we're just out there like Bigfoot. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a hard thing to do. Maybe I could talk with some Indian people and just see what they would come up with, like the Senecas. Because then,
yeah,
it's weird. But I think that'd be a cool idea.
Give me a second. Let me look through my. Where is it at? I have something written down here. I was gonna. Oh crap! Hold on.
Guys, I'm going to bed.
All right.
Me too.
Well, before we get off here, what you're talking about the name Sasquatch? I had to look through. I know I had it down here somewhere. Mm-hmm. But the name Sasquatch was coined in the 1920s by J.W. Burns, who what he believed to be a mispronunciation of an Indian word. For the most part, is used primarily to describe our Canadian cryptid. Basically, the Sasquatch. It originated out of the Sasquatch, whatever. So, but yeah, that's cool. J.W. Burns. So, yeah. Anyway,
all right, brother.
Yeah, I think we should all end tonight. Thank the live viewers for being patient and having fun on the live chat. So
putting up with us.
Yeah, I know we get off subject and stuff, but it's all good though. It's all good. Everyone, have a good night, and you'll see me on Facebook. I guess after I get my vehicle taken care of tomorrow, I think I got another blog I'm working on, so that'll probably be up sometime later tomorrow, maybe. So
cool.
All right. Well,
later.
Everyone, good night. All right.
Thanks,
night,
guys.
Lale.